They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. They hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay us for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already prayed for it. Non-believers didn't pray for us. Non-believers didn't pray for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. Them vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lazy culture. Vultures eat what they didn't kill. Vultures sleep what they didn't build. They brought us to this country as a labor force. We built a foundation and they hate us for it. We built a foundation and they ain't pay us for it. They ain't pay for it, but they gon' pay for it. Already paid for it. Nobody paid for it. Nobody didn't pay for us. Nobody didn't pay for us. We're black and we built a foundation. Stone by stone, generation to generation. Vultures said we had no culture. And vultures got a Jay-Z poster. Them vultures got a lazy poster.
Show. Shout out to my subscribers, man. Shout out to everybody that come to my channel, man. Listen, make sure y'all hit the subscription button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Let's talk about this whole situation here right now, okay? Now, this situation has reared its ugly head again. This whole FBA made-up cult group that's hating on the Africans and trying to lump in Caribbean folks in their baseless arguments, you know. Now, I don't quite know what's been going on. I have not been in the loop, but I've seen some videos and some Twitters where people are talking about boycotting African businesses, and this to me is just asinine and it's just really stupid. It's really dumb and infighting again. And I'm just gonna keep it. You guys can disagree with what I gotta say, but this is all the FBA's fault, you know, because the FBA has been trolling and disrespecting the black immigrant class for a very long time. Tariq Nasheed is the leader of this. This is all he does. He goes on his page every day, and this is what he talks about. He does not talk about real issues that affect black people. He's a fake comedian. He's a clown. And you guys can say what you want to say, but this is just my true feelings about Tariq Nasheed. I don't take him seriously now. With you guys, you got a whole bunch of
a few moments later
on my screen, minus the guy on the right, upper right. He's probably the African brother. That's O'Shea on the left. You know, O'Shea has been pushing a lot of these videos lately. I've been like watching, and I'm like, why is O'Shea pushing all these xenophobic videos? He's trying to play both sides, and to me, this is disingenuous. You know, he's trying to pretend that he's pushing this neutral agenda where he's in the middle, where it's really not. He's on the hateful side with the FBA cult group led by Tariq Nasheed. You know,
a few moments later,
Phil Scott. They throw out what they call red meat. They throw out all these talking points to make some of these blacks happy and make them think, oh, they talking about us and they care about us. You know, something like when Trump came out with the birthright conversation, and he started saying that it was meant for slaves and this, that, and the third, or children of slaves. And black people took that and they ran with it, and they started putting them up and posted them up and say, look, Trump said it was meant for us. Look. They're just showing themselves as being thankful that they're even in the United States. And you know, to me, as a person that's lived both outside and inside of the U.S., I could tell when somebody's basically just happy to be here. And that's what I see with a lot of these FBA blacks. They're just starting to come into reality of what the United States is, what America is. No. Now they see how people are fighting to stay, people are fighting to come, and now
this guy is literally just babbling all over the place. This is embarrassing. FBA this, FBA that, FBA this. This is literally embarrassing. Just whining. Victim blame, victim blame. Oh my God, the victim playing the victim. Oh my God, the FBAs, the FBAs. Oh my God, FBAs. Oh no, FBAs. I mean, God damn, I was gonna play the video, but let me see. He got okay. All right, this is a good thing. All right, so this guy gets 40 views per video until he mentions FBA. I mean, literally all of his videos got 40 views, except for the ones he put FBA in. And then he gets a little more motion. I can't answer that live now. All right, so I'm gonna stop this whining tether. All right, dude, stop this, man. Please, 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 please. No more of the whining tether.
Hathaway. It was an Indian that's trying to go to Cuba to Florida to alert the tribes what the Spaniards was doing. And he made a mistake by traveling by day. He should have traveled by night. And they caught him and they burned him to a stake. But had he alerted those Florida tribes, everything would have been different.
Okay, so you're saying that a lot of people classified as black now are actually Arawak Indians?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I think FBA needs to tone down on talking to people from Arawak, Carib, Saboni descent, which is most likely the like the Caribbean nations. You know what I'm saying? In other words, Alexander Hamilton, the founding father of the United States, right? One of the founding fathers, right? He was born in St. Kitts and Nevis. He created the USA financial banking system as we know it today. You know what I'm saying? So you had a whole lot of contributions. And just like some FBAs or Black Americans or whatever they call themselves, would have had certain colonizers, like the Dutch of New York, France, Spain moved with Italy, so Italians, Verrazano Bridge, and all that. Germanic, Dutch, whoever came, it was a similar thing in the Caribbean or the Antilles.
Okay, yeah, what you did was basically just give a bunch of random tidbits. You didn't really answer what I was saying. You're just giving random tidbits.
Yeah, I'm not saying black people is Arawak because it was like 2,000 tribes here.
Yeah, you keep saying you're saying a lot of passive aggressive stuff. Yeah, the FBAs need to tone down.
Nah, I'm not.
What do you mean the FBA is? Hold on. What do you mean the FBA is 43 million Foundation of Black Americans? So what do you?
I got you. I'm saying is I sound like this. I got blown up 3 times on battle tanks, so I lost some of my hearing.
Okay.
It ain't me being aggressive. It's just how I sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. I don't believe all people is just Arawaks and stuff. There's many tribes here. What I'm saying is maybe you could tell your FBAs, hey, some of these people, from the Caribbean, they literally have indigenous descent and trading routes to Florida, to Georgia, and all that stuff.
Okay, so you come from a Caribbean background, right?
Now, so I'm born in New York City. So yeah, my 2 parents is from the West Indies. But then I have links to the Oklahoma Quapaw.
Right now,
I have links to the Oklahoma Quapaw too.
All right, just say that, brother. This is what I'm saying. This is what I know. The way, because all that Arawak talk, that's Caribbean. That's what Caribbeans do. That's just what we're saying. All that, when people start talking in circles, they're trying to hide something. You should have said that from the beginning. That's what we know.
No, I wasn't trying to hide that. My mother's born in the same island as Malcolm X's mother, Shamahane. Grenada. I ain't trying to hide nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't trying to hide nothing. I'm just trying to tell you, like, I got links to the Oklahoma Quapaw and all that stuff. I got links to the Florida tribe, so I'm just seeing things as indigenous. I'm seeing like FBAs trying to set a divide. Like we don't use
No, sir. No, we're not. No. Stop that. Stop that trying to set a divide. We are lineage. We ain't trying to do anything. Our lineage is
I
our
understand.
lineage.
And y'all should get y'all reparations, and I
Okay,
respect.
forget about reparations. No. Let's leave reparations out of it. Let's just leave that out of it.
I'm just telling you.
Listen. As far as our lineage, sir, our lineage is our lineage.
Yeah, I respect all lineage. That's what I'm saying. I respect.
Yeah, that's it. That's nothing to debate.
There you go.
No, you're trying to debate our lineage. You can't debate our lineage.
Your lineage. I respect your lineage. I respect everybody's lineage. What I'm trying to say is that people don't have to be calling people tethers too much. And
all right, but that's a personal opinion.
No. Before any Bantus.
The who? Who what?
I said before any foundational Bantus came here, you had indigenous tribes of the West Indies mixing with the Mississippi mound builders.
Yeah, that's cats trying to backdoor. That's backdoor talk.
Yeah,
y'all
we ain't worried
immigrants,
about the
brother.
reparations like that, bro. We don't care about that.
Yeah, but y'all immigrants, brother.
I'm not
immigrants. Yeah, your family's immigrant, brother.
I got links to the Quapaw and
No. You come from an immigrant background, sir.
No, I speak Arawak, bro.
Yeah, you can speak all of that, but y'all in your family's in the immigration database.
No.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
My lineage is powerful.
No, I'm not saying it's not, but you come from an immigrant background. You've admitted that.
You see, and that's another word. That's another word, immigrant. Who created that word?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Thank you. Here we go with that.
Brother Arawak.
Oh Lord. See this tether fucking babble. Family, this is what I done told y'all over and over. When y'all hear all that plebiscite babble, that's tether talk. When they start that Arawak, Taino shit, that's tether talk. That's an immigrant. They come from an immigrant background. He did when they start making no sense whatsoever, you ask them a simple question, and then they start babbling and talking all around in circles, and you can't get a simple answer. We have to force the truth out of this man. Yeah, I'm from New York, where my family is West Indian, just like Malcolm X, there we go, nigga. There we go. All right, I'm telling y'all they keep trying to backdoor themselves into the lineage. I keep telling you with these dudes and that Arawak indigenous shit, when y'all hear that Arawak talk, I'm telling you it's a Caribbean. The Arawaks don't exist no more, especially not over here. That's why when you ask them simple questions, it gets into that prison plebiscite babble. I mean, the Arawaks don't exist. No, there's a small percentage of them. They live in a mound over in Valdosta, Georgia. They came over here in a canoe in the 1500s after they beat up Christopher Columbus. We fought off Christopher Columbus. Yeah. God damn, shut up. Oh, God. When y'all hear all that babble, you see, I know the language. Kip it to, kick it, pop, pop, tick it, boo, chicka, bang, bang. That's the original. That's the original Arawak language. See, I speaks the Aboriginal language. Hickey boom, bang, bang, chicka pow wow, ooby boo boo, chicka la la, wicked bow, chicka mound, boom boom, ship it do, ship it day. God. Ship it day your ass out of here. God damn, these tethers. These goddamn tethers, man. Oh, the tether fatigue, man. Oh, the tether fatigue, the tether fatigue. God. These folks are backdooring their way. They're trying their damnedest. Because I kept peeping all the little passive-aggressive comments he kept making. Yeah, see, y'all FBA, see what you need to tell the FBA. See, okay, dude, hey, man, what's all that? What's all that, dude? No. See, I respect everybody's lineage, but see, well, y'all got to understand my indigenous status because I'm from the Arawaks, and we're from Shippy Pow, Shippy Tigga Bang Bang. Understand me? So I speaks the original language of my tribe. So when I say hello, good morning, we really supposed to say chicka pow, hickey boom, shicky diggy boo. Okay, that's how we say it in my Aboriginal language. Man, shut the hell up. Talking that pootie tang shit. You don't stop. The Arawaks don't exist no more. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? These people, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness damn gracious, man. Who is this person? These pack term FBA. So I do identify as that. So I don't get when Aboriginal or fake ass people coming out here talking about, talking against what you're saying. It's not, what I'm saying? You feel me what I'm saying, man? Oh, yeah. I'm driving. Oh, yeah. But anyway, yeah. When they come out with that fake Carolina, you know what I'm saying? I can't stand that, man. Yes, sir. Anyway, shout out to the 912. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you, brother. Oh, yeah. A lot of these folks, man, again, when they start talking about Aboriginal, a lot of these people, we see that they're backdooring or trying to backdoor their way into the lineage. We got to understand where that's coming from. Because it's not either or. Either you're foundational Black American or you're not. And to be a foundational Black American, you have some Aboriginal lineage. It's not either or, it's inclusive. You understand? To be foundational Black American, it's damn near inevitable that we're going to have some Aboriginal admixture in there. That was part of the ethnogenesis. You understand? But some of these people, when they claim Aboriginal, what they're trying to do, they're trying to backdoor onto some Arawak that was in the Caribbean and say that the Arawaks was over here too, and they're part of that, so that makes them Aboriginal, but really their family immigrated here. So we got to really understand the game. It's a con game. It's a hustle. You understand it? Look, anybody have a problem with foundational Black American, it's usually a tether, a backdoor tether, a Democrat shield, or some damn Fed op. You understand? Let's be real about this stuff. Let's be real about it, because a lot of these people are running a play. Because let's be real, if you're trying to do, and what do we have any Black Aboriginals in here? Let's talk. Let's talk with respect. Because if you're doing the Black Aboriginal thing, that's not going to work as far as reparations. That's not going to work. Yeah.
Tariq, I consider myself a Black Aboriginal, and I'm from Louisiana, bro.
Okay. What tribe?
I got some Natchez and I got some Cherokee in my bloodline.
Right, and here's the problem with that. The Cherokees have already been infiltrated by the white supremacists. That's why the chief of the Cherokee looks like Justin Timberlake, you see. So going that route, claiming Cherokee, that's not going to get us nowhere. That's already been, and they've already done finessed the freedmen that was connected with those tribes. So as far as the practicality of it, using that as a current identity, that just don't work. Now, my family got some damn Creek in them going down the line. I found out on my dad's side, on his mother's side, some stuff like that. But yeah, I'm still foundational Black American. And that's federally recognized. Our lineage is recognized federally, under the term freedman, descendant of slaves, Negro, those are federally recognized terms. Your family down there in Louisiana, were there any Creoles in the family? Oh, well, yeah, brother. Oh, what happened to you, brother?
Missed that. I don't think he can hear you.
Okay. Okay, I'll get him back in a minute. I'll get him back. So let's Alban. What's up, brother?
Mr. Tariq, I'm Alban. Can you hear me clearly,
I
sir?
can hear you. Hop on camera if you will, please.
Oh, I've got my top off. It's 6 a.m. in the
It's
UK.
all right, brother. It's all right. Put on the dashiki, hop on camera. It's okay. But if you search
Look, I'll come on camera,
FBA
but
is
just
not
for 2
documented, you
seconds,
said
just
something
for
like
you,
that. What
sir.
did that mean? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah. FBA is not your identity. You need to reclaim your identity, man. You're not going to get nowhere with FBA.
A foreigner is telling us what our identity is. You're a foreigner, sir.
I'm no foreigner. I'm American.
No,
I
no, no,
mean,
no.
I'm the
Oh,
West Indians of America.
oh no,
I'm
you're
no
not.
foreigner here, bro.
Oh,
What you
you
talking
are.
about?
With that
The whole
accent,
continent.
you're a foreigner. You had to immigrate
No,
here, sir.
I'm speaking Creole English. This is what we speak in the
Sir, you got
South.
Creole immigration papers. You are a
There's
foreigner,
no
sir.
immigration English. It's just what mixed with the slave master
No,
and come with they
sir.
break.
You
What you talking
immigrated,
about?
sir. You immigrated here. We're not the same.
What do you mean by immigrated here? What you talking about?
What you mean what I'm talking about? Have you heard yourself? Sound like you just got here.
Got here where?
We're fresh off the
In the
boat, sir.
America?
You
In the
immigrated here.
Americas?
You
Bro, check
immigrated
where's
here.
Jamaica? Where's Jamaica?
You immigrated here, sir. What are you talking about? Huh?
Immigrate where? In the Americas?
Yeah. To the United
Where's
States of
Jamaica, brother?
America.
Where's Jamaica? You're being so
In the
bright. Where's
Caribbean?
Jamaica?
In the Caribbean?
And where's the Caribbean?
In the damn Atlantic Ocean?
In the West Indies of the Americas. Go
Yeah,
on there.
and that's a
Go on
foreign
there. Go
country.
on there.
That's a
Your
foreign
geography, brother.
nation. That's a
So you
foreign
can't be so
nation.
bright and don't know
That's a
geography.
foreign nation, sir. You from a foreign nation.
It's
What are you
not
talking?
foreign. It's in the Americas. Go on there.
It's a
Your geography. It's
then why did
one
you have to
land
immigrate here? Then why
with
did you have to?
islands off the
Then why?
mainland.
Then
Go
why
and do
did?
your
Then,
go on.
then why did you have to immigrate here, Bumbaclad? Why'd you have to immigrate here? So, huh? Why did you have to immigrate here, sir? No, we're not the same now. Come on. Hop on and unmute your microphone, Sphinx. Come on. Unmute your microphone. Yeah, you're not American, sir. You're a foreigner. You're damn sure not foundational black. How are you going to tell us what we identify as or what we should identify as? Boy, the goddamn nerve. Hop on in, Sphinx. I just want to know what gives you the nerve to tell us how to identify. And you bounce from your homeland. You bounce from your identity. You're up here
And
showing
even those
confusion.
what identity was stolen. Stolen.
So
And you are helping the people
I'm helping what?
in our identity. And that's not going to work.
What? Who? What?
What?
What did you
It's the
say?
West Indies. We are the West Indians. What are you talking about?
You're West Indian? You're a foreigner, sir.
We are in the West Indies of America. We are the West Indians.
No,
Go to your geography. Bro.
the
You know, you
United
see,
States is
you
not
go
the
to so
West
much college to
Indies.
travel the world and you still
The
can't get that one
United States
concept.
is not the West Indies, sir.
The United States is America. One
It's
land
not the West
with
Indies.
islands off the coast of the mainland.
Sir,
It's
you're
that simple,
not,
bro. It's not that hard. Stop making it
sir,
difficult for the people.
sir, you're just babbling. You're just saying shit. This is why we're not going to get advice from you. You're not at liberty to give us advice. You're just saying random babbling shit. You can't identify us. We identify ourselves. We're not West Indian. You are. We're foundational black Americans. How you going to tell us what we ain't going to get
Bro,
nowhere?
we are in the west of the Americas in the west. All of us are West Indians.
No, we're
Don't be a
not.
baboon.
No, we're not.
Don't
Sir,
be a
you an
baboon. You need to
island
reclaim your
boy.
identity.
So
Teach the people to reclaim.
you an island boy. An island boy. I'm not an island boy. You are, sir. You're an island boy. And that's okay. We're not the same, sir. You immigrated here, accent and all. We didn't immigrate no damn where. We ain't immigrants, sir. Don't put us in the same boat. We are not immigrants at all. Do you understand that? Come on, island boy.
You don't have no sense, man. Just like the bridges we built on the mainland to connect to the other lands off the
We built
mainland.
a bridge. What bridge? What bridge? What
Come on,
bridge?
no, man. You don't have any sense. Just like
What
you don't.
bridge? What are you talking about? What bridge are you talking about? What are you saying? Come on, dude. What are you talking about? Huh? I'm trying to give you an opportunity to talk, brother, but you got to make some damn sense. You got to make some sense, sir. All right, Sphinx. Okay, I'm gonna take you down because you ain't saying nothing. You just doing a lot of delusional tether babble. Boy, this is where I'm saying these folks got a lot of resentment, and then they try to make us equal to them. We're all West Indian. No, we're not. No, we're not, and that's no disrespect. No, we're not. You immigrated here, sir. You're not going to tell us what we should identify as. We good. Family, these people are so mad that they can't tether on us. I'm telling you how powerful the term foundational Black American is because it lets folks know where the line is drawn. It's putting a line in the sand. You're that, you're not this, and that's okay. We respect our culture, and we're going to honor our culture, and we're going to let you honor yours and not leech off ours. We're all West Indian. No, we're not, dude. Listen, I'm American. Like, no. Foundational Black American is a lineage and a cultural identity. You had to make a damn deal to get over here, dude. He sound like he literally just got here. Listen, y'all had to make deals to get over here. Y'all had to sign some paperwork. You had to pledge allegiance to these folks and all. We didn't have to do that. We different. And we don't have dual allegiances. A lot of y'all, man, y'all got dual allegiances emotionally, politically, sometimes legally to the U.S. and your country of origin. So you ain't gonna stomp for the people here like we gonna stomp for the people here. Yeah? You still stomping for your folks at home, and that's cool. But don't act like we're the same. Look, we're tied. This is our land right here. We're tied to this. We ain't got no dual allegiances. We ain't got no dual allegiances whatsoever. You understand? We didn't sign no janky paperwork. We didn't make no deals. None of that stuff. We are of the soil here. You're not going to do that. Try to compare us and we're the same. We're all West Indian. No, we ain't. No, the hell we're not. We ain't doing that. Hell no. Well, these folks kill me with that stuff. We're the same man.
Right? Our people are tribal, right? And tied to these tribes. Seminole, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek. Yeah, all that. Right?
Okay.
Okay, so hold on, no, nigga, hold on. I'm not done. Right?
Wait, hold on. Bro, slow down. I done
Hold
let you
on,
talk.
nigga. No, hold on.
Hold on. No, this is no, dude. No, you got to slow down. I gotta ask questions. Slow down. I'm not gonna let you just go on and on and on. We got to get some clarity about what you're saying. I got to get clarity. Now, just make it real simple without going on and on and on. If I'm doing something wrong, then what's the right way? What should foundational Black Americans call themselves? You tell me.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead. What should we call ourselves, sir?
All of our people are from the southeast of America. Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, right? And they got here on this land by doing what? Not conforming to the U.S. government, right? That's first, right? So once we understand that history and that story, right, of how that happened,
Damn, brother, I'm giving you an opportunity to spit it out. What should we call ourselves? Just answer that. What should we call ourselves?
You call yourself.
Go ahead. We call ourselves what?
You call yourselves by your mother's or your father's tribes, right? That's what you call yourself, right? So here's the thing. Out here, right? We call ourselves by our mother's or our father's tribes because we understand the history and the stories.
So what tribes do black people in Alabama
I
belong?
told you, hold on. I told you what tribe, nigga. And when I was telling you, oh, you want to mocking, he's
Shocking because you just said a bunch of names and a lot of black people in Alabama are not connected with those tribes. So what are you talking about?
what you mean? No, that's where they got you up at because a lot of those Alabama people, guess what they is? Creek, right? A lot of those Mississippi and Florida people, you know what they is? Seminole, Choctaw, Cherokee.
Okay, you just say, okay. So are you saying the black people from like Alabama and Georgia should refer to themselves as Creek Indians? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying this, right? If the
Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't have you blocked or muted. I don't have you.
if the European, the white quote unquote white European or quote unquote African Negro European was trying to infiltrate the tribe, why in the do you think they are keep trying to come here? Why? Because they understand the only thing that ties these people to the land is the maternal line. Period. Why do you think that these Africans or Europeans try to fuck on our women? Why? Because this is what ties them to the land. You keep talking about these, y'all keep talking about these, what y'all got, they got a new thing going on now, talking about what the f it is, Black American Negro Freedman, nigga, what? What the f is a Black American Negro Freedman?
That's crazy talk. But you saying that you're a Chickasaw, that's what you go with it?
No, I'm saying that I'm lineally tied to all of these southeastern tribes.
So you're a Chickasaw.
Lineally tied.
So you're
Lineally tied.
okay, sir.
You're trying to say that, guess what, right? Oh, if I can't give you a card, right? You're saying that, oh, no, nigga. That's run drop rule shit. Bitch, that's what we've been fighting against this whole time.
Yeah, but the Seminoles famously start denying the black Seminoles, in which the main
No.
they did. Them red Seminoles wouldn't let the black Seminoles get no money. The Creeks kicked the black folks out, and they're still funny style about the black members. That one ain't working, brother. They're real funny style. The whites they
This
infiltrated those damn native tribes. The white supremacists infiltrated them, sir. So you're not a Chickasaw, sir. You're not a Chickasaw, brother.
nigga, you talk. Listen, and see, this is what I'm saying.
No, I mean you can
You're
try to insult me.
quit
You ain't
blocking the goddamn line, nigga.
tribes don't recognize you though, do they? You're not federally recognized.
Why in the would they have to recognize me when
Right.
my
You claiming something and there's a contingency of them that don't even recognize you. Why even claim it?
man? Listen.
Okay, brother. I've let you talk enough. I'm not. This ain't the Black Air Force One babble hour. Okay, that's enough. We've had enough. All
What's going
right.
on with you,
Thank you
brother?
so much.
I'm chilling, man.
Chief,
There's
we got Chief Tippy Dow. We got Chief Tippy Dow, Tiki Bay, and shout out to Chief Tippy Dow. How
I
you
know
been,
about that. I
man?
know my people defeated Columbus, bro. So we not Africans. I'm haplogroup B.
Yeah, you're Caribbean. You're Caribbean, sir. You are
Antilles.
Caribbean, sir.
Antilles.
You
Our
are
people was here
Caribbean.
before your foundational
You are
Bantus came.
you are Caribbean, sir.
Yeah, my
You
brother,
are
I want to
Caribbean.
talk about organizing. I'm a New York City organizer. I'm not with the
Right.
jokes.
All right.
The Somalis,
All right.
the Somalis is putting in serious work right now in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That law enforcement has to have an Arabic inscription on the badge just for those people because they're organizing. I'm directing them to take over Nebraska. I'm sending them to take over the prison systems. There was a prison in New York State that went from a prison to a grow house. That is the biggest wealth transfer of all. You got the land, you got the leverage, then you got the lobbyists. So I will advise you and your FBAs to get on code with them Somalis. And they don't like Pan-Africans, and they putting in serious work.
Get on code with him how? Get on code with him how?
Try to tap into their resources to see
What
how did
resources?
they organize, how did they the levels of organizational skills that they had to get.
These
They
folks
just
are
came
getting rounded up and getting rounded up and sent out of here. So what we're gonna be like that
It's
for?
only 600-700 of them out of 80,000 in, I believe, Minnesota. They have 60,000 in Ohio, and they have some more. So
Yeah, we don't want to be like that, and we don't want to be ducking ice trucks. Yeah, that's not what we want to be like. Organizing like what, stealing billions of dollars. These people are finessing all types of money. We want to be like that.
now YTs take more on Wall Street, and you guys have no smoke for the small hats. You will lose your insurance. You will end up like Kanye West. They will remove the money from your banks. So a lot of FBAs are opening.
Yeah, all that deflecting. That's deflective tether talk.
No, I
we
don't
go
know what
after.
tether means.
We
You
check
see
white
Somalis
supremacy.
don't
No,
use
sir. The
they
fact. No.
organize.
Chief Tippy Dow. Hold on, Tippy Dow. Yeah, the fact that y'all could come over here is because we stepped to the white supremacists, all of them. We don't break them up in different groups. We stepped to them and made them make equal laws, sir. So don't tell me who we ain't got smoke for. All right?
Hey, you
We got
believe in the
smoke for
slave trade?
everybody. We got smoke for everybody who got smoke for us, sir.
You believe in the slave
All
trade, right? I know we both.
Thank you so much, sir. You about to ask dumbass questions I'm not going to even get into. All right, have a good day, Tippy Dow.
We got something down here called a Moja Festival. The Moja Festival is hosted by YT people, but they got nothing but black
Slow down, sis. Slow down. No.
You ain't listening. I'm trying to tell you about the history of South Carolina.
No. You're missing.
I'm from here.
I know, dear. I know. I'm just. You either born a foundational Black American or you're not. It's not some. You don't have to go to a festival or you. You're losing me. You kind of losing me.
Because you're saying most Gullah Geechees most Geechee Gullahs are FBA, and I'm telling you that's not true, dear.
Where are they from?
They literally have Moja art festivals down here where all the black people are buying up all of this fake kente cloth that's not even authentic. It's just some fake shit that probably the vendors got from the hair store or some shit. We don't know where that shit come from. We don't know where the black soap come from, where the shea butter. They don't go to African places and get these shit. They go to people.
Let's slow down again. The people of South Carolina, they know where they're from. What do you mean they don't know where they're from, dear? The black
You're
people.
not listening to me. I'm not
That's
talking.
why I want you to slow down. So
You said South Carolinians are FBAs.
Yes.
So I was telling you that is not so, sir. I am from here. I'm telling you, these people are placating to the African culture, getting these false cloths and putting it on and having these shows like they are truly African and they know what the hell they are doing out here. So when you say these people are FBA, that is not true, sir. That's all.
Hold on. How are they not FBA?
These not the ones I run into.
Whether or not you run into them or not, are they black?
Does she know what FBA is?
That's what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to see because she's confusing me.
Asking you, I don't know where the confusion is coming in. I think I would be very vigilant and clear.
Just slow down, sis. You kind of rushing and you're going real fast for some reason. I don't know why.
To get it all out, I got a feeling that this is like not going to be a safe space, which is why I requested for it to be a safe space.
What makes you think that? What makes you think that?
Because like I'm trying to tell you something, sir. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. And what you are
Why are you
doing to me
talking?
right now, or you moving along to doing to me, right, is what they've done to me in other panels that were so-called FBA. I love my
Ma'am,
Black Americans. I am Black American. I've been in America
ma'am, you
all my life.
sound,
I've been in America.
ma'am, this is
Y'all don't want to
this is the 4Ts there, family, the 4Ts. Oh, she's doing the 4Ts, man. We talk about this stuff. You crashing out for no
I'm
reason.
interested. I want to hear it. I'm here.
Yeah, you just start crashing out and just talking fast. And I'm like, ma'am, I need to understand where you're coming from. Now you're kind of being disingenuous, ma'am.
People who want to spin a narrative always use that term, talking fast. How fast am I talking, Tariq? I'm
Because
interested.
you're just saying stuff and there's no context.
Is it?
Right.
Am I
You're just saying
just
stuff. I'm asking
saying
you about,
blanket statements here?
right, and you're talking over me, ma'am. Now you're getting trollish almost. Why are you getting trollish there?
Because I'm offended that you're an FBA. You're fueling this inflammatory rhetoric, sir. And I'm an honest
Oh,
person coming in here
yeah.
asking you a question.
There it is. The 4th T. She's tapping out. There we go.
You
I
can't
told
even
y'all.
give me a real answer.
I told you guys about these tethers. You are a tether. That's why you. Okay, there we go. Let them talk. There you go. All right, this is a tether. She lied. She was lying. She was lying. She did the 4 Ts. That's a tether. There it is. I told y'all they do the 4 Ts. They do the 4 Ts. She's not really Gullah. I think she's trying to fake a Gullah accent or something like that. Yeah, when she just start talking fast for no reason. Yeah, I wasn't even giving pushback. I'm just like, ma'am.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of those tribes have been dissipated, and a lot of those tribes now, they've been infiltrated by the white tea people. A lot of these $5 Indians, they've already infiltrated those tribes. You understand? So that's been the problem. So trying to circle back to revive those tribes, that's a long road. That probably just won't work at this point because it's already been infiltrated. And also, how come they ain't doing it? All right, if people want to claim these tribes, what's stopping them from filing some reparations claims right now? How come they're not doing it right now?
So you have a few people doing it now already and already got their tangibles. Heck, they even let token Negroes already get their benefits because they know how the optics look. But now they're opening the gates for more Black Americans to do their genealogy and to bring it up in the courtroom, bring it to their reservation and look over these things.
So yeah, what you're talking about are the people on the freedman roll. Those are the ones who are getting tangibles. All of these other tribes that are basically non-functioning, they're not getting anything. The ones that are not allowed to be federally recognized, they're not letting them get anything right now. The ones that are...
You literally got some people out here that are in government positions, such as they're in the Gadsden Wharf African American International Museum. I've been there. I've seen them take footage of movies with Sekou. There's other places such as the Smithsonian Native American Museum. They got Black Americans in there, especially in books that's in the gift shop or in archives or whatever, like the Puspatuk Unkacheg people. Those are literally Black Americans.
Oh yeah.
Like I think that the fight should be towards us reclaiming these specific tribes rather than letting and making up excuses for like saying, oh, white people took it over, but they're kicking out those people now. They're kicking out the Hispanic tethers that's sitting up here cheating enrollment. Like it should be no excuse nowadays because we can literally obtain it now.
How come
what the hell
is doing it?
What the hell?
Because a lot of us are not doing it because they're not looking into their family records, and we don't have people out here. We literally do have these people out here, but we don't have our people actively looking for genealogists that are boots on the ground that are helping each other out to obtain these records.
Yeah, because my thing is, because people start complaining, okay, if cats want to go the indigenous route and just say we are an indigenous tribe and you want to dig up an old tribe, because yeah, there were Black indigenous tribes. I completely agree with that. But they are defunct at this point. Now, people want to go reclaim it. That's a long road.
That's a long road. Now, if y'all want to do it, do it. Now, I'm not stopping anybody from doing that. I am a foundational Black American. When I look at my lineage, yes, I got some tribal stuff there. Those tribes are defunct. When I look at my records, it's Negro, colored, mulatto, stuff like that.
But is it signing the affidavits or probate record or anything like that?
No, don't need that. Don't need that. Culturally, we're foundational Black Americans, and we're recognized as a lineage. We are a very specific lineage. All the tangible stuff will come when everybody just stays on code and stays the course and keeps pushing for tangibles. No matter whatever you claim, if you push as that group to get tangibles, you will get that. Just like we push to end slavery against us, just like we push for civil rights for us. But my thing is the indigenous thing, going that route, if that was going to work, cats already would have done that. So I think that's just a long road. And again, I'm not negating the fact that there were Black Aboriginals. I was one of the first people to do a movie telling people about all the Black Aboriginals and all of that. But it's just like the African tribes. They always try to link us, oh, you guys are this tribe and that tribe. No, we've had an ethnogenesis.
So wouldn't it be an uphill battle for FBA as well, because it's the same thing, basically? No. It's basically you're fighting these other groups that are assimilating Black American culture into a quote-unquote African diaspora with DNA tests. They're doing this with culture, like trying to attach Africa to hip hop, like, for example, Sinners. They put that African tribe in there to try and say that hip hop came from that tribe. Or you'll have people sitting up here talking about a zebra dance is inspiration for flip rock. And I heard that in one of your movies, because I purchased one of your movies back in the day. I don't have it anymore because got rid of a lot of stuff out of my house. But many people, they just conflate things rather than actually studying who they people were. You got people that's like the House of Prayer. A lot of indigenous people went there. They practiced their retentions, such as stomp dance, fashion, like wearing a feather in their hat or something like that, the ghost dance, a lot of stuff that's out here that's not told. But we let these mongoloid style people bully us out of reclaiming what's owed to us. And they're sitting up here allowing us to come get our stuff. Why wouldn't you go get it while the doors are open?
But what we do, we claim all of this stuff as foundational Black American. We've been adamant about a lot of the culture that was innovated here. We've been very adamant about that. And some of these tribes, we can't really attribute it to that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we created an ethnogenesis. We created our own culture, our own music, our own dialect as foundational Black Americans. So that's where I am with
Did you know it always existed, such as toboggans, do-rags, heck, even wearing jewelry in your teeth? That always existed here thousands of years ago within Mesoamerica in the southeastern woodlands, where many of our lineages come from. And a lot of us don't have these archaeologists or lab coat scientists going to these sites and digging up and doing our own research and asking people that got NAGPRA bureaucracy to allow us to do these tests on these skeletons in their own spit. What's going on there?
And even, look, we've been like barbecue, for example. They always say that barbecue came from the indigenous people, but which indigenous? I've never seen red natives barbecue at all. That came from us. We literally taught everybody how to barbecue. We were the pit masters. So I truly understand that a lot of the culture is from Black indigenous culture. I understand that, but we still had an ethnogenesis, and we became a totally new ethnic group. And that ethnic group is foundational Black American. And we already used the term foundational Black American. Well, we use the term Black American, and foundational, that's just an adjective that is a commemorative term. You had people like W.B. Du Bois using the term foundation when he referred to Black Americans, talking about how we're the foundation cornerstone of America. So we've always known that we are foundational to the building of this nation. And that's a stronger term for what we're trying to do just culturally. I think it's just a long uphill battle trying to reclaim an indigenous tribe, because it's already some back and forth going on with the Dawes Rose and the so-called 5 civilized tribes in that 1866 treaty where they're supposed to give freedmen some of the same resources. That's been an uphill battle. Now, people are talking about utilizing that treaty because Dr. Claude Anderson talked about that treaty and how we need to utilize that treaty to get certain resources from these tribes and all of that. There's different routes that we can go. I just want to see what's done effectively. I don't.
So one more thing before I leave up out of here. What about this African descent thing? Because many of these people want to hold on to this West Central African stuff, but don't claim or research enough about these kingdoms sacked and destroyed, such as the Wagado Mandate, the Songhai, the Knox civilization, all these places that were active during the transatlantic slave trade. And we know for a fact there were some Africans that were brought here. It was just a tiny fraction, such as 221,000, according to David Eltis' update from the former 450,000 or 380,000. And so we know that there were Omar Ibn Sayyid and Ibrahim Sori and people like that were actual Muslims, or Moors, for example, that were enemies of some of these indigenous groups that were coming over here as like interpreters and colonizers with the YTs. So have any Black American in this panel found a West Central African relative, and why claim it if you're not actively going after these West Central African tribes that literally blood sacrifice their own people to the YT man over here?
I don't think people are claiming those tribes like that because, yeah, again, we had an ethnogenesis. We have African DNA, just like we have indigenous DNA. And it would be impossible for us to not have it because we got all mixed together. So when people start talking about, I ain't got no African DNA, I don't know how, because we were all mixed together. How did you circumvent mixing in with all the people on the plantation? You know what I'm saying? And if you were not on the plantation, where were you and where was your family? You know what I'm saying? So I don't, people just be kind of saying stuff. So I don't know what their angle is, but I just find it impossible for people to have been through slavery and not mix in with all the people who were on the plantation. We are a mixture of a whole bunch of different things. But
I would suggest one more thing is for people to look into the National History and Archives Center. The what's that? The archives. What's that one?
Which one?
The Library of Congress. Yeah, the Library of Congress, and your local Registry of Vital Statistics, where your family originally came from, within the southeastern woodlands or the northeastern woodlands. And heck, there were some Caribbean peoples that were sold over into from North America, such as the Pequot Wars. You had the Yamasee. A lot of these people are mixed up. So don't like negate all of your ancestry. Just look into who your people were, what they said they were.
Now, Ty, is some of your people Caribbean?
No, I don't have any Caribbean relatives like that.
Okay. Now,
all my people are from the southeastern woodlands. They would be, I have one Chinese ancestor on my dad's mother's father's side. I got indigenous American families on both sides, and I got European on both sides. So that's it. I'm even a relative or some relation to what's his name, General Westmoreland on my dad's side, because my grandfather, he's Richard Carl Westmoreland, no, Dickie Westmoreland. So he used to play in the San Diego Chargers, the Miami Dolphins, and all them. And he lives currently out there in San Diego.
Okay. Now, what tribe have you traced yourself to? What tribe are you clicked in with?
So the ethnic groups that my family are, they're Yadkin Pedi, they're Cherokee, they're Muskegon. That's like particularly Yamasee. They're all throughout Georgia, Virginia, South Carolina, and Florida. These are the same regions that you can look up in the Guian Miller rolls and the Henderson rolls that talks about Negro families that are attached to these southeastern woodland tribes.
Yes, indeed. My man. All right. Well, thank you so much, brother. I thank you, Ty. I appreciate you, brother. All right.
Peace.
Ty Powell. What's up, Ty?
Yeah. You see me? You hear me?
Yeah, I see you, brother. Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, I wanted to say there's a way you can check to see if everybody's on camera.
Oh, really?
Make sure that everybody comes on camera because, it's going to be a lot. It's 2:19 on the East Coast. So it's going to be a lot of, Bussy play and Boochie Cat play in the queue. I can see it in the back. So you just have to, you got to check that back camera because they're going to come out.
The argument today is I'm noticing in our spaces, in our Secure the Tribe and FBA spaces, we have people that are torn because they have mixed, heritage, and they're actually directing or, taking the conversation away from what it initially started out as, where it was centered on Black Americans gatekeeping, Black American culture, and I'm seeing how a lot of people they're more, making the focal point about your, what is your tribe, right? And just forgetting about, it seems like they want us to just go away from being Black American, this house we built, all this shit that we built, just go away from that and just focus on your tribe. Black American saying, no, it's culture, not just about being, and I'm seeing how it's about connecting your tribe to being Black American, because how will I know you're a Black American if I don't know your tribe? So yeah, I just feel like, they're hijacking what this movement was about 2 months ago. Like when you was in that space and you was frying motherfuckers up and you was like tearing them, like you was going in on them not being us. That's what this was about. It was about us securing our tribe. And I feel like now, after like the fire has kind of sizzled down a little, you got these tethers trying to shoehorn their way in and take it away from what it was about initially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the thing is, when we as foundational Black Americans,
family, I sense that there's disrespect in my house. You're not liking the button. You're not liking the video. No.
No disrespect in my house, in my house, in my house, in my.
Yeah, family, I look at the likes, and the likes are terrible. There's disrespect in my house. No disrespect now, family. You gotta like the video.
My house, in my house, in my house, none at all. Visitors should be thankful, but don't come at all. No disrespect in my house, 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 in my house. Visitors should be thankful, but don't come at all. Where was the xenophobia when we were fighting with Ethiopia? Where were the bros when we exposed King and Leopold? Where were the vision for righteous when we fought for laws that made y'all migrants? Some grateful, some hateful, but all.
Okay, no disrespect in my house. Let's get the likes up, family. Let's get the likes up.
the minute we start acknowledging our tribe, because we are a specific tribe and we are a specific ethnic group. And now that we've acknowledged that, you got all of these other people, they've turned into de facto genealogists, they've turned into scientists, they've turned into archaeologists. All of a sudden, they want to start talking about DNA, genealogy, fossils, hair samples, sperm samples. Now they want to get into science. If we get into science, like I said, it's very simple. Everybody's lineage will go back to Europe, Africa, or Asia. That's for everybody. That's too broad. We as foundational Black Americans, we are a very distinct group. Tribal groups and ethnic groups come about in many different ways. When you look at certain Native American tribes, usually these are different federations of Aboriginal people, Mongoloid Indians, Aboriginal Black Indians coming together and being labeled and named by colonize us to a certain degree. When you look at the Navajo Indians, that's not their real name. That was a name given to them by the Spanish. I think Navajo means thief or something like that. The Creek Indians, and I pointed this out before, there was no such thing as a Creek Indian until the white supremacists saw some Native Americans living by a creek and said, hey, you guys are Creek Indians. There was no such thing as Seminole Indians until the Yamasee and other indigenous people and people who were enslaved went down into Florida, got with the lower Creeks, and became the Seminoles. So different ethnic groups form by other groups getting together. We are no different from that as foundational Black Americans. People keep trying to Africanize us because when you Africanize us, that makes us comparable to other immigrant groups. We are the only non-immigrant group here. That makes us extremely unique. Nobody can compare themselves to us. And when we start looking at just not our African lineage, but our indigenous lineage, that becomes a problem because now we have a claim to the land that nobody wants to talk about. When we start claiming this land, which is our land, let's be very clear, we're not guests in this country as foundational Black Americans. This whole narrative that we were brought to America, we were not brought to America. We built America. That's a real big difference. That makes us indigenous to the United States because we built the place, ladies and gentlemen. We are not comparable to any immigrant group. We have a very unique heritage. We are different from other people, and that's just something that they're going to have to deal with. They know that we're different because they have all types of negative and pejorative terms that they use against us. Now that we look at our lineage and our uniqueness as something positive, now we're not letting ourselves be invisible for some type of fake melting pot narrative that we're the only ones upholding. No other group upholds this melting pot diversity narrative than us. We've been holding that up, and everybody has been exploiting that for the last 200 years.
And that goes for those, Central America, South America, those Caribbeans, because I'm noticing now that we're saying we are the indigenous or the Indian. Now you got those tethers from down in the Caribbean trying to shoehorn the same thing the Africans did with Black American. Now I'm noticing like they're starting to do with us saying that we're, foundational Black American. They're trying to get in by saying they're indigenous and they're Indian, so they're us now. You know what I'm saying? So we have to actually start, delineating. Like the lines have been drawn, and we're not erasing those lines.
Okay,
we ain't gonna do that. She here. Can we let her speak? Since she here, she can speak for herself.
I'm here. This entire
And this is not just about her, so it's not just about you. So don't make it about you. Please don't.
You've mentioned
Hold on.
my name.
Let me put some clarity real quick. It's really real quick. The thing is really because of the American Indian thing. They want us to drop Black and just identify as American Indian. And basically, how I see it, it almost is no different from African American. Because if you go American Indian,
at all,
you latching on Central America, South America, everybody in the Caribbean Islands. It's no different.
Can I?
Now I'm gonna let you respond.
And that's what I noticed.
I just want to put that out there, but you can respond though.
All right. I've listened to y'all for the past 15 minutes. Okay. All right. When I came into your space, all right, and let me make this clear. Twitter Spaces has been going on since November. All right. What's this getting? Hold on. Let me speak.
You see where it's going, right?
Let me speak. Hold on. Let me speak. Come on. Let's be respectful. We're gonna have a conversation. I made an American Indian room back in November. This is when Twitter Spaces was in beta trial. Wasn't enough people on Twitter Spaces yet because it wasn't on everybody's app yet, right? We was already on Clubhouse doing this stuff. We was already on YouTube doing this stuff. I assisted Big Chief, Top Cats, because like I told him, I have an American Indian story and I do have a West Indian story. Now, I'm going to come around you and talk about my American Indian story. I've always made that my focal point because that's who raised me in this country. My West Indian family are in their country, as they should be. My American Indian story is documented by New York State. We have our own website. Documented. We have our own town. Documented. We are the Puspatuck Indians that mix with the Mohawk. Documented. I wanted to tell my side of my history because a lot of people don't know about the quote unquote Black Indians of New England and how we went through slavery too, and how we went through paper genocide and the land grab too. We went through that too. So my grandmother and her story don't get told either. So what I did was take my opportunity, and right now I'm pregnant, okay? So I really didn't have to start doing this stuff no more. But I continued because I saw the awakening happening. I believe in what Top Cats was doing. I didn't mind. I don't have to share my lineage with nobody. This is personal for me. But I posted pictures of my ancestors. My ancestor was one of the first Harlem Globetrotters, a Mohawk Indian. I am a part of the, what you call the foundation. There was a foundation here before the European even came here, because that constitution, that come from my tribe people. We were on those first treaties in the 1600s. We are first contact nations up here. We got hit with the bullshit first. So I felt it was time to tell the story about the quote unquote Black Indians of the New England area. This ain't had shit to do with the West Indian side. Y'all kept making it about that. Every time I came in your room, y'all kept talking about
She's not getting anywhere.
what about your husband? What about your West Indian? I said, well, what about it?
I gotta respond. Let me say something real
No,
Like, I never mentioned her husband. I don't know why she keep. I never mentioned her husband one time. Like, why she been bringing that? Why you bring that up?
Because y'all talking about me without saying my name, but y'all saying my name all over Twitter.
You're not getting to the point, though. Get to the point, please.
Hold on, I just want to keep this professional and just straight to the point, because I don't really want to waste nobody good time on a Sunday, and I got my brother Flex in here. Flex, the only thing, so just to boil everything down to you know, and make everything digestible, we shouldn't have to drop Black, you know what I mean, and be FBA or be American Indian.
Okay, so let me explain this, and I'm gonna finish up right here. Inside the indigenous community, we have a different type of conversation. I understand that. And even the last time I came in your space, I said it's probably going to take
always have the hot take.
Because the indigenous conversation, we're trying to get back sovereignty. So it's not just about reparations. We're trying to get restitution so we can get our land back.
It's deeper. It's deeper than I hear you. Can I say this though?
Like you guys.
We hear you, but you missed out something. It's also about gatekeeping. It's about us gatekeeping. It's not just about reparations for us. It's about gatekeeping our culture.
Okay, but
and you're missing that.
What you can get. I don't want your culture. I have my own tribe. I don't want it.
Just don't leave that out.
I don't want it.
Just while you articulate your perspective.
Let me say this here, then we're gonna pass the mic back to Flex. Let me say this, we're gonna pass the mic back to Flex.
Nobody's trying to take the culture. What are they talking about?
That's all good, sis. This the thing, man. The genealogy aspect of it, man, that we brought to it was to help out the claim, because FBA and ADOS had a reparations claim. So in order to help that out to see exactly what was owed to you, we asked that you do your family genealogy. Not necessarily even if it tie you back to an Indian tribe, because the Europeans that came here were Black. It was different melanin. The Spaniards were Black. That was in Florida, Texas, Louisiana. I know because they were my family. So that was the only part of the genealogy, was to help identify your claim, what was taken for you, so you can know what was owed. That was it. It was simple. You don't have to drop the Black.
And we respect that. I respect that. Like I'm 100% behind that, bro.
Hold on, bro. This conversation going to somewhere where, bro, the point of this conversation was about FBA dropping Black. This is really what this was about. Should we drop Black?
Yes.
This is about everything else about Jenny. I mean, we do all that. We understand that. But this was about dropping Black. And we're saying we don't have to drop Black. We shouldn't drop Black. Just so other people can pick the shit up. It's like, that's what we're talking about.
That girl.
Exactly.
That man told us to drop Black, but she gets to keep her Jamaican heritage.
I'm not. How is a heritage the same as a race?
Am I recording?
Black is a race.
Black. You told me to drop Black, but you still can claim.
I didn't tell you nothing.
Black is not a race. A race that's made up by white people. Before white people made up race, Black was an ethnonym. And you will hear tethers constantly say Black is a race, because they are only Black by the white American racial construct, social construct race, Blacks. Like, so America made a new racial category, black, and they included recent immigrants in the racial category. So tethers in America are black by race, and then they confuse that to believe we are black by race. That's why we're delineating to show, no, you're the black fakes. You got fake Indians, now you got fake blacks. Okay, so we're the real blacks, they are fake blacks. The real blacks are black by their ethnic identity, ethnic name.
I don't know. I never
Yes,
talked to
you
you.
did. I
I've
asked
never
you.
talked to you.
Black is a
I
race
never
for
talked
black
to you.
American.
Hold on, family. I don't want to turn this into love and Twitter Spaces. Let's just cut
Nah,
down to the meat and potatoes.
told us to drop black, but she claims she can keep Jamaican.
Hey,
That's
let me say this here, bro.
bullshit, bro.
I'm gonna speak for the American
Man, you
Indians,
can tell
bro.
her, bro. You
Hey,
fucking
let me say this, Mel, because you
These
my
dudes
little
are
homie,
crazy,
bro.
yo.
We is no dropping black, bro. When y'all asked me to come over here, y'all was foundational black Americans. I came, bro, because I identify with being a foundational black American. When the room jumped off, I was there. You feel me? Y'all don't have to drop black. My cousin's black, my family black. All of us in this motherfucker got family that identify with black. We don't have to drop that, bro. That's coming from me, bro.
And now,
And
Big
we
Chief,
move on
though,
as a family.
No, bro, Big Chief and Shan, this is nothing because listen, this is not about you. This conversation of blackness been going on.
Shan ain't saying what he's
Wait,
saying.
hold on, bro. This conversation of blackness been going on, dealing with the Moors. Everybody been saying it don't have no weight, no standing in law and all that shit. This conversation been needed to happen. Shan, this is not about you. This shit been going on. So you just came on to Twitter and start, I guess, whatever, it feels some type of way, but this is not about you. This is nothing personal. This is a conversation that needed to happen. And we saying we shouldn't have to drop black. If we go to American Indian, we're going to include a whole bunch of motherfuckers that don't need to be included. It's really that simple. That's all we saying. That's why FBA is perfect. It's specific. I don't understand how people not getting that shit.
Can I go? Because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
Hold on,
Tariq off.
go ahead,
Yeah,
Flex.
yeah.
Yeah, and I agree. When we shouldn't drop black, if we start going with just the Native American or American Indian thing, that's going to include all the white $5 Indians. The American Indian thing, that has been completely co-opted at this point. Every white person claims to be some type of American Indian at this point. Almost every white person you meet who's been here for a certain amount of decades, they're going to claim they got some type of Creek or Cherokee. So that's already spoiled. So we shouldn't even touch that. But we do acknowledge that we do have Aboriginal lineage. But us using the title of American Indian, that's a dead issue right now. The FBA thing is the way to go because we've locked it up and nobody can remix it. That's why so many people have a problem with it, because it's a very exclusionary title, which is what we should have been doing. That's specific to Black people who were on these plantations in America. Nobody can remix it. We were aggrieved as a Black group and we need to be compensated as a Black group. It's that simple.
Can I go now, please?
Go ahead, Kiana. You got it.
Thank you. Thank you, Tariq. And the host, Sonny, Booby, and Big Chief. Shout out to Mel. What I wanted to say is that I've been noticing with Black, even FBA now, there are people who have been so entitled to our culture that they are now treating this like it's some type of membership or like it's some type of club. Like they are not getting that this is a lineage. You know, we had a conversation with someone last night who was saying, well, I was adopted by FBA, so that by default makes me a FBA. And then, you know, we get these people to come over, well, I was born here in America, so I technically I'm a FBA. And I'm just finding that to be a problem because they're not looking at the fact that our lineage is or our culture is what it is because of the very, very specific experiences that our ancestors went through to create this lineage. And I just find that to be very, very dishonest and very disrespectful when people come over here and they treat our lineage and our culture like it's some type of club they can join without their people having to put in even half the work that our people had to put in.
Yeah, that's them finessing. They know very much what we're doing. They know good and well that it's a lineage because we keep explaining that it's a lineage. The problem is because we're on code, and that's the power of being on code, nobody can do anything about it. If you acknowledge your lineage and you are codified with other people about your lineage, can't nobody do a damn thing about it. And because they're powerless to do anything about us being on code, they have to compartmentalize and remix what FBA is by talking about, well, who can join, are there leaders. They're trying to act like it's some type of four-wall organization, knowing good and well that it's not. So that's a desperation move from a lot of these people because they cannot do anything about us acknowledging our lineage, because now we've made a power move. We did something that a lot of groups don't do. We've named ourselves. When you name yourself, that's one of the first steps of taking control of power. We've designated ourselves and we set the rules to who we are. That's a power move. And this is why we have so many eyes on us right now, because they're like, okay, where are they about to go with this? Because when you start making moves like that, you start making decisions that's going to empower your group. That's why so many people are very nervous now. All of these people who are non-FBA, they're all of a sudden they want to get on a kumbaya thing. Oh, we brothers, we all in this together, when you were the main ones calling us Akatas and Jareers and Abids and Yankees and all of these derogatory names. So now everybody want to get some damn act right. So they're just going to have to deal with us acknowledging our lineage. That's what it is. And there is no end game, because we always hear that narrative. What's the end goal to this? Because what they're saying is they want us to stop at some point. They think that this is some kind of phase or some kind of trend, and this is not. This is a lifestyle. This is where we are, and this is what it is. And people are going to have to deal with that. All the damn receipts. Yeah, the Melungians are those Appalachian, yeah. So the white supremacists loved claiming the Melungian bloodline because they were some indigenous.
All right, so he's calling in. Let's see what he got. Is that you, Robert Lee?
Yeah, my chat. You can hear me?
Yeah. Why is my
Let me turn it down. My volume seems like it's loud.
Yeah, I want to know why is the speakers coming through there? Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know why I did that. Say it again.
My chat. You can hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear it now. Yeah, it's coming through now.
Yeah, what's up, fam? You don't remember me from way back?
Bro,
When you had the channel on Buy Your Sport.
But you just said way back. Yeah, I go live twice a day, like a whole year.
Man, I've been beating up Aboriginals for so long, about 2 years now. I've kind of been busy beating these fake Indians up, but I'm still subscribed to you, so I think that's why it end up linking me to whatever you got going on new.
Oh, this one. Yeah. So watch it. Yeah. So okay. So what was the argument that you were covering?
What you mean with the Indian or what you got going on?
Yeah, Aboriginal. What are you saying?
Oh, just all this whole, they have no evidence to back up their story, you know what I'm saying? Like what Ling Ling was just talking about with the video. I think that's a video you playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was saying that by his people connected to the Yakin PD and all that stuff, he ain't got no evidence that he connected to none of those people. Those not even tribes that he named. He showed an ancestry test that says he's African, and he's in denial. And all these other people that's talking about, you know what I'm saying? And the whole thing, I'm with the FBA movement because the delineation. I understand that the argument about these other people from other places trying to pretend to be us. And I agree with that. My argument with the Indians is they don't want to be black.
So hold on. Okay, so because I was hearing like different sides because I had Unc call in, I had Chef call in, and I had Tyrone Lang, whatever his name is. I had him call in. I had Lex Vortex. So I heard I heard a different array of different sides, and I think people are not. So, in order to understand each other, people got to get their language right. So, I think people are using the same words, and they're not under the same definition of the words. Okay, so I think
I
that's
agree.
a lot of confusion. So, when you said they don't want to be black, what's your definition of somebody who's black?
Let's say somebody I don't look at Africans as being black, even
Right,
though I
that's
know we
true.
descend from Africans, right? I look at the black as a United States identity, particularly
Right,
us here in America.
right.
So my thing is, this is how I think we
Wait,
should.
before you go further, because so far we're agreeing. So I just want to make sure that because what happens is, like I said, I want to make the same mistake that people be making. We use the same words and then we're arguing and don't know why we're arguing using the same words. We be having different definitions. Okay, so when somebody say they're black, how do you take that? Are they described like what's the definition of black? That's the question. What's the definition of black when they say I'm black? What do you define that as?
When I meet people, see, I know the textbook definition, and I agree with that too. But
Give me whatever you got.
My identity, my definition of black is you got an ancestor that descend from slavery, or you had an ancestor that was black and fought in that war to free the slaves. And that's how I think we should delineate and draw our ancestry too. If you got an ancestor that fought in that war to free the slaves and was once a slave, that right there you go right there.
Yeah, and I agree with that definition. Now, let me ask you this. Are you familiar with the word ethnogenesis?
Yeah, I heard it. I know what they mean.
Okay, cool. Are you sure?
I mean, I'm not a person that looked up the definition. I done heard several people try to explain it.
No,
I
I
heard
got you.
Tariq, you know what I'm saying,
Okay, well,
definition of
I'm
it.
here. I'm here. It's not a. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. I could easily go to AI real fast. So there's no personal definition of ethnogenesis. There's no personal definition of the sun or geometry. There's just the definition. We speak English, and there's our English words got definitions. The Arab words got definitions. Every word has definitions, right?
I agree.
So right. So ethnogenesis has a definition. Ethno means people. Genesis means new people. Real simple. Okay. All right. Now watch this. So you believe that Africans, watch this, came to this country so this is your belief. You believe Africans came to this country at one point, and then their descendants went through an ethnogenesis and became a new people, and that new people is called black?
No, not necessarily. I don't
Okay,
believe
so
they became a new people, but
so
when I
wait,
look
wait, wait,
at
wait,
it, textbook,
wait. Hold on, bro. I'm asking questions, right? That come with an answer. You're giving me a whole story, and so we're missing each other.
Okay, so I agree with
I'm
that
trying.
definition. Because when
Right.
you look at the truth about what happened to Black Americans,
Wait.
they would be
I want you to slow
considered a
down.
new people.
Right. Of course. So I want you to slow down. All right. So now Native Americans or Aboriginals or indigenous Americans, like they're kind of like when they use these different words to describe people, they're kind of saying the same people, right? Aboriginals, indigenous people, or Native American, whatever terminology they're using. Do you see those all describing the same people?
Not when it comes to FBA, but the
No,
fake
I'm saying
Indians
I'm
trying
not.
to blur the line.
Listen, I'm talking about the people you're debating. When they say they're Aboriginal, when they say they're Native American, when they say they're indigenous person, do you see all those terminology the same, describing the same person that they say
Yes,
they are? Okay,
yes.
cool. Now, where they're Native Americans, where they're Aboriginals or indigenous people lumped up with who you would say Africans on plantations.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes in some situations, yes.
Okay. So now, if those Native Americans
they got absorbed,
had descended, well, hold on. Now that right there, so now the burden of proof will be on you at that point.
What they
See,
got absorbed?
you see, yeah. So you gotta show some data where every last one of them got absorbed.
Easily.
Because you made a blanket state. Okay, all right.
All
So,
right, so let me say something. Let me respond.
wait, no, hold up. I'll let you respond, but I need you to prove it. Okay, so I'm gonna unshare. I'm gonna unshare. Okay,
No, I ain't
not.
got no
Okay,
screen sharing.
listen. I got you.
You
But
can do
listen
all
who I
the
am.
you can do all the screen sharing.
All right, I got you. But listen, who I am. I'm not really for like the explanation type stuff unless we're reading it together. So you can tell me where to go, and I'll pull it up. We read together. But if you're just gonna tell me a story, and I gotta believe you, that's not how I research. Like, so what I do here, everything I say, I share my screen and Google AI, Wikipedia, everything agrees with everything I say all the time. This is why I'm unbeatable in debates. So I'm asking you, if you have something to share with us and you're saying absolutely all of them were absorbed. So if that's true, then you're right and they are wrong. But if that's wrong, then you were wrong when you were debating some of them. Not all of them, but you were wrong when debating some of them. Because you can't make a blanket statement without absolute proof, because we want to know, how do you know that? And if you don't know how you know that, then you're just talking with no proof. You get it?
Oh, I heard you. And I'm familiar with how you conduct your, know what I'm saying, channel. So the explanation, know what I'm saying, you ain't had to give me that. But what I was trying to explain
Yeah,
to
no.
you is, brother,
Actually,
I heard you. I'm not trying.
Okay, I'm going to mute you. Right. As you can see, you're falling apart. I don't want the babble, my guy. I want the proof. Because you're saying you're beating people up. Now I hear Chef and Mossy, Bussy Clan say they're doing the same thing, but when I hear the arguments, it doesn't sound as convincing as you guys make it to be. So when you say they got absorbed, you got to show us how you came to that factual information. If not, you have to say that's your belief. Okay, because if you're not gonna show evidence and argue correctly, you gotta get out of here. But it's not how I conduct. Yeah, how I conduct my channel. Yeah, I conduct it with accountability, standards, requirements. Like, you got to show and prove. So when I say something, I share my screen, we read it together, and I get them going quickly. But if you cannot do that, then you're not as good as you think you are when you're debating on any topic, not just the Aboriginal topic, any topic. If you can't clearly show the evidence where you're getting it from, and if it has a definitive answer, you're just talking. But what you're not going to do is click the link and start talking over me without meeting the standard of research. That's not my standard, by the way. That's the standard of research. See, you guys be arguing online, you think you're debating. You're not debating, you're just arguing. You come here, you're going to debate, and you're going to show and prove. Hey, Money Man, what's up? So I'm gonna let him gather his information, and when he's ready to like ask me to go research something, I'll look it up and we could discuss that. Because I got more questions for him, But what I don't want people to do is come babble with their preconceived arguments and not be ready for something else. No, this I handle stuff differently here. I got a lot of questions because people make blanket arguments and they're not true. I haven't seen the data yet, and he hasn't. You see, he conceded right away. Okay, Money Man.
What's up, my man? Thanks for having me on your platform, bro. How you doing?
Good. Yes, sir. I'm good.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I just want to make a few statements, man. First and foremost, I want people to know, foundational Black American is a gatekeep. It's not saying we're African American because that really hurt us. R.I.P. Jesse Jackson, but he was Cherokee and Irish. So, I think this generation, we're starting to we want, like you just said, it's either the truth or it's an opinion or your belief. It's no more time for feel-good stories.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to when we say we're foundational Black Americans, all we're saying is, hey, our lineage goes beyond civil rights. I'm sorry, that's civil. Yeah, Civil War. The Civil War, which is 1865, and it goes beyond the Revolutionary War. 1863, and the Revolutionary War was 1776. Okay,
Right.
Those are the people that's foundational Black Americans. Now, and once you start talking about who's indigenous and all these things, let me tell y'all something, man. A lot of people can't find their genealogy. Can't find them being indigenous here when they do their genealogy. A lot of people can just trace their lineage, but a lot of us been removed, bro. So that's in consideration. So when people just be saying, "Oh, I'm Cherokee," but I don't hear like you saying you're Anahuia or you're East Cherokee. You're just saying you're like a 5 civilized tribe. I know that's the popular thing, but when I don't hear you say you're Piscataway, like I'm Anacostia, but there's no such thing as Anacostia Indian anymore. They went under the Piscataway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like another tribe, the Proctors. If anybody's from Maryland or the DC area, y'all know the Proctors. They can't hide the Proctors being African American because they're documented and it's a known fact that they're indigenous when you Google the Proctors. But it's ethnogenesis tribes like the Redbone Indians. Those people are from Louisiana and Texas. Now check this out. White people can actually claim them. They can say, "Hey, well, I'm part of the Redbone Indians." They're not a federal recognized tribe, but they're a popular tribe in Texas and Louisiana. But if you don't know no better, those people come from North Carolina. You see what I'm saying? Those, I think, the Coabi tribe that's from North Carolina. Mm-hmm. So, I just want to touch bases on that, and if there anything you need to ask me, I'm with it. Just like, for instance, before the 1776, like Tariq always says, we built this country, Cryptus Utix. A Wampanoag brother who they always try to say he's part African. Well, he led the revolution, the massacre, the Massachusetts massacre that led to the Revolutionary War. So we got a lot of, talking points, just like Kyle Tom, who was the interpreter for the Creek Indians or the Muskogee, and he used to distribute fur and stuff like that. So we've been having land, getting money. Tuscaloosa from Alabama, dark skin. Even when you talk about, this is another thing I got. There was more white runaways than Black people. Yeah, wait till people start finding out that. You can Google the 7th president named, I think his name, Andrew Johnson. He was a slave. He was a runaway, him and his brother at 10 years old. Google that. The 7th president, Andrew Johnson, a runaway.
What
See,
year?
they always like to say,
what year?
I want to say, what year was that? The 1800s? 1800s? I want to say 1820. But his name's Andrew Johnson.
Runaway,
him and his brother, they ran away.
A slave. Wait, is that were there two? Those did they run away with the black guy as well? Was it 3 of them?
No, just him and his brother, and they had a master.
So, what type of slavery did they run away with?
Yeah, so that's the thing I was going to say. They always like to say they're indentured servants, but this is what I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together in one answer. They always like to say, like Frederick Douglass, right? They like to say he was a runaway, right? But then this guy was like the biggest activist in the world. That was a black man at that time. There was a lot of people who bought their freedom, right? How can you buy your freedom if everybody's slaves for life? So again, to answer your question, they were indentured slaves, quote unquote. They were supposed to be slaves until they were 21. But again, they ran away at 12 years old and they were masters. When white slaves were slaves, they were in harsh conditions just like us. They was eating chitlins, right? Because chitlins come from Europe, by the way. They were eating chitlins. They were just like the Bacon Rebellion. The Bacon Rebellion, what they're not going to tell you, it was a black woman from the Pamunkey tribe. I think her name was her name started with a C. It's COCK, something like that. But she was a queen of Pamunkey. She was trying to enslave her own tribe, and she was trying to enslave the dark skinned indigenous people at that time. Do you know who was helping? Why that war popped off? The war popped off because they were trying to help white slaves. The white slaves in the Bacon Rebellion. So
are these, when you say white, let's be more clear. What country they come from?
Europe.
What country?
Irish.
No.
German.
Now, what year was this again?
Bacon Rebellion?
The first one.
Andrew Johnson.
Yeah, hold on.
This is 18. It's 1800. I want to say 1820. Just Google Andrew Johnson. President.
I got it. I'm saying this is way late. I got it. I'm saying these people are coming from. Okay, so they're way later. Now these people, I studied the history of immigration in America. That's why I'm asking for dates because I understand that these guys were I don't know if they were slaves, to be honest. You said Andrew who?
Andrew
Andrew
Johnson.
Johnson. I'm not sure if they were slaves. At this time, people were
Okay.
immigrating over here and assimilating. They had the
Let me ask you a question. What's a slave? What is a slave to you?
Okay, so you talking about the etymology of the Slavs over the Slovenians. Now,
No, I'm asking you, what's a slave in the United States? We talk about just the United States. We know where the Slav come from. Slav is a slave derived from Slav.
Got it.
I'm asking you what's a slave in the United States?
Well,
okay.
Chattel slavery changed the definition of a
I'm gonna
slave.
get a chance to respond.
Oh yeah, no, you will. Well, your phone breaking up right now. So chattel slavery changed the definition of slave. So ever since chattel slavery, the system of chattel slavery, if you were not chattel slavery, you were not a slave in that sense. That's why they started to call people forced migrants, indentured servants. So when people say slave, that's why I keep asking, like, what year? Because if you were not coming in, I know around 1612, 1613, with Anthony Johnson, you had indentured servants, right? Way before, I think it was 1712. I think that's when you became inherently permanently slaves. But you had
the
indentured
slave
servants,
codes.
right? You had indentured servants up to that point. But these people were forced. So they were forced migrants from UK. So when you say Irish, like these people start coming over here when they had the famine issue in large influxes. If it's like one or two people, that's maybe possible, but I don't.
But I'll let you finish. Because I got the answers for everything you just said. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but I want to look at, so I want to give you the same standard I gave old boy. So you said Andrew Johnson, right? You said he was a runaway slave, right?
President. Him and his brother.
So,
they're 10 years old.
Exactly. Runaway slave. And who were enslaving him?
He had a master. I forgot his name. But I think it was in Pennsylvania. Let me look it up real quick.
Okay, wait. No. Look at my screen. Look at my screen. See, so I hold everybody to this burden. Andrew Johnson was not a slave, but he was a runaway apprentice, born into poverty, aged. Again, I studied the history of immigration in this country. I'm like, before I even looked it up, I said that doesn't make sense. Okay,
no, it does.
We're
but
right,
it's your show. I can't. We can't have a dialogue. I don't want to cut you off, so I just let you ask.
Yeah, no, but look what I do though. Look, what I'm saying is this: I pride myself on when I say something, we can read it verbatim. I don't gotta revise history and start explaining and what's the real slave? I'm saying when I say something, we can look it up and it's there verbatim. When everybody else say something, it doesn't say that, and we gotta now edify, modify, revise, whitewash, blackwash. I don't do that. If anybody gonna say something coming on here, we got to be able to read it verbatim or something close. The first word says Andrew Johnson was not a slave.
Right. Who platform are you reading?
Okay, this is bro. Where'd you? Okay, how about this? This is better. Share your screen. Give me what you read that he's a slave. Go. Show your
No. You're doing. No, listen, bro. I'm not against you, but this is a dialogue, so I don't want you to think this is a heated debate. Let me hold up. Wait. No, I got you. I don't want you to think this is a heated debate. I'm with you. I'm on your team. I get what you're saying. I know etymology.
Listen.
I'm not babbling, bro.
I got it.
Let me ask you a question.
Wait. Before you ask the question, I'm gonna get. Yeah, you got to stop,
bro.
man.
You got it.
It's not about winning. You're misinforming us, man. With babble, you said some stupid shit. I look it up. It ain't there. I studied the history of immigration. I know there's no damn white slaves. What are you talking about? Definitely on the 1820s. You making shit up for your own agenda, your little narrative, man. And I don't do that over here. I don't care if you're FBA or not. You're not gonna come over and miseducate. Nobody will. And then I hold everybody. I just held the other guy to the same standard. Robert Lee, I'm holding you to the same standard. You got to be able to show what you saying, and you have not done that. You won't do it. You can't do it. No damn slaves, no runaway.
You want to give me a chance to speak?
I got you, Robert. Hold on 1 second. Let me just tell him I'm holding him to the same standard as you. So I don't pick into it. He hopped off. He came with some stupid foolishness, man. No, that's not gonna happen over here, bro.
But listen, I'm trying to have.
Wait.
I'm trying to have a conversation.
I got you, but you ain't gonna talk like that on my platform. Wait just a second. I'm talking to my family. I don't know what you think this is. You ain't just gonna start babbling. Wait, I'll get to you. Yeah. So when you say some stupid shit that doesn't make sense to me, and I challenge it right away. 'Cause I'm like, dude, I never read that. But before I call you a liar or wrong, I want to verify if what you're saying is true. The first couple, 1, 2, 3, 5 words we read, Andrew Johnson was not a slave. Yo, biased. You know what a slave is? So already trying to change the definition, bro. Whatever you think a slave is, once chattel slavery happened, that became the new definition of slavery. Everything else, they say forced migration, indentured servant. They start saying other shit because we don't want people to minimize chattel slavery. We don't want people to say, "Hey, I was," because that's the first thing white folks are gonna do. Hey, I was running with slave, and now because if this guy's a slave, then this guy is FBA. That white boy FBA. I'm like, okay, are you trying to backdoor white people into FBA? Fuck you mean a slave? Andrew Johnson was not a slave. He was a runaway apprentice, bro. You out of here, bro. Ain't nobody won. You just wrong. You're a horrible researcher. Get your game up and call back in. That was horrible. I have a high standard over here in research. I would never make a mistake like that. If I see some stuff, it's going to say it verbatim. If it doesn't, I'm going to say I'm wrong. I'm not going to be like, well, where'd you get that from? Okay, well, you show where you got yours from. Oh, and I ain't going to do all that. You made the shit up. That's why. All right, go ahead, Robert Lee. Go ahead, Robert Lee. Robert Lee, go ahead. If not, I'm gonna go on. All right, so he muted himself again. I'm not meeting Robert Lee, he muted himself. Yeah, so family, listen, real simple. The family can call in. And just because I tell y'all a new one doesn't mean I don't love y'all. I still love y'all, y'all still my lineage, but I'm gonna give the energy to everybody evenly and equally. If you come on here and you wrong, I'm gonna get you. Okay? Especially when you call a white man a runaway slave. Oh no, I'm not gonna tolerate that. I was really offended. A runaway slave, him and his brother. What year? I'm thinking like, I'm thinking he's gonna say like 1612, when they was coming here as indentured servitude, the British. You say 1800. You say, yeah, I got you. You say 1800. I'm like, that's kind of early for the Irish. Because the Irish came like 1880, I believe, 1870, like definitely after Emancipation Proclamation. A lot of the European immigrants came after the foundation was already successfully laid. Go ahead, Robert.
Okay, so fam, I'm new to this Zoom thing, right?
Yeah.
I never had to share anything. I never had a conversation with nobody doing this type of Zoom app that you got going on here, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to share links and stuff to Zoom to be able to share it with you, to be able to read something. I was just trying to give you my opinion about why did I say they got absorbed, and it would have made a lot of sense if you would have just let me explain it without just trying to challenge me to drop a link, right? But I can drop a link, but at the same time, I still just trying to have a conversation. I didn't come up here to debate with you about anything. I was just dropping by showing you love. But we can have a discussion and disagree, and it could turn into a debate. But that ain't what I came here for.
Yeah,
so if you give me
cool with that too.
30 seconds to explain why I said they was absorbed, I think you will understand me. Matter of fact, 10 seconds.
And you're saying every last one of them, correct? Were absorbed.
Just give me 10 seconds. I think you will kind of understand why I said it.
I'm going to let you go ahead. I'm just saying, just be clear. You're saying every last one of them were absorbed, right?
No. I'm saying the ones that was on those plantations with black people.
That's what I mean. And so you're saying all of them were absorbed. That's what I'm talking about. All of them were absorbed, right?
Most of them, yeah.
Okay.
And some of them ran away and made it back to their tribe.
Okay. What I'm saying is,
you trying to hold me to every last one. I don't have the history of every last one.
Dude.
That's why I'm just giving you my opinion, bro.
Dude, look. Matter of fact, all right, get out of here, bro. How about get out of here? Okay. How about that? How about get out of here? I'm the host. Okay? I'm the host, I'm the director, I'm the producer. I get to direct my show, produce my show how I want it to be produced and directed. You're not going to talk over me. I'm trying to get clarity. He said all of them, then now he's saying most. So I'm like, yeah, that's a big difference between all and most. Now, if he says most, go ahead and explain. But if you're saying all, you can go ahead and explain too. But I got some questions. Like, how can you prove all of them were absorbed? Then he said, run back to the tribe. I was going to say SL. I was going to say, no. How about, is there a possibility that some did get absorbed and they did not run back to the tribe? They stayed on the plantation. That's all I'm trying to get him to, like, hold him to. Like, bro, what's wrong with being specific with your words? Stand on what you're going to say. Don't leave it where you could change the goalposts. Because now you're going to say some stupid shit. I'm going to debunk it and show you one who was intact. And you're going to say, okay, yeah, yeah. But you just say all. Well, I didn't really say all. I meant to say most. See, I'm not doing that. I want you to say all or most and then go. But don't be in between. And then I can't hold you to either one. Not doing that. And yes, so get back in the chat. You're not ready to get on the panel and disseminate information. You guys need more work.
Yeah, brother. Good.
Dude said most. So I'm like, okay, see, I don't mind that position. All I'm going to do, SL, with the family who holds that position. All I'm going to do is give you a strong opposition. Hold on. Come over here. All I'm going to do is give you strong opposition because I heard the claims of people who deny this. And I'm like, and I heard them debate certain people. And I'm like, putting myself in that position. Like, what would I say if I was on the other side? Well, this is what I would say, what I'm saying now. And I got more stuff. And I don't think their argument they have is that tight. I think they argue with certain people and it appears that way. But I'm like, yo, try it out on me. That's for anybody. Anybody who believes all of them were absorbed. Anybody who believes no Aboriginal has a talking point. Nobody has a talking point. Call it. Because I'm going to play devil's advocate. Hey, don't think y'all argument is strong if you think it is. I heard it and I see weaknesses in it. And this dude couldn't shut up to like even have that conversation. Oh, no, we're not doing that, man. The first thing we'll have is respect, bro. I showed you guys when I go to people's platforms, I have nothing but respect for them. I don't talk over them. When they mute me, I stay muted. The decorum, respect, discipline. That's what I have on people's platforms. I expect that over here. And once y'all start doing that right there, you gotta get off. The Robert Lee, get up out of here, man, and go back to where you came. Matter of fact, I'm gonna block you too. How about that? But wherever you came from, go back. I don't want you as a subscriber, my guy. Get out of here. All right. So I just got rid of you, Robert Lee. I don't want you to unsubscribe all my channels, my guy. Get out of here. You're a fool. I don't want you on none of my channels. I don't need your subscription. And I just blocked you. Okay. Dude, just talking. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to hold the guy to something. I do the same thing to you. I do the same thing to Unc. I do the same thing to Dr. Ruxpin. I do it to everybody. Like, I want to know so I'm not guessing. What's so wrong with that? Yeah, come on, man. Okay.
I got something new for you today, bro. I even want to share my screen.
What's that?
About what we talking about Native Americans and my
Indians. Yeah, the indigenous, because I you know, they called in, I let them go, and you know, I wasn't even done with I got a lot of video, but I wasn't even done. I allowed them more because you know, just to whatever. But I wanted to really ask him about something else. But I could tell, again, I'm 17 years experience. I could tell it wasn't going to go well. I already knew he's going to plebiscite babble. Hey, let me finish. Hey, I already seen it. Save me, SL. I'm at the age now. I'm trying to save myself the headache, the yelling, the blood pressure. Just get off, dude. Just get off.
Right.
Now the other guy, hey, they runaway slaves. I said, you heard what I said? I said slaves. Like, yeah, bro. At one point, I got totally quiet. Then he kept going. Then I was like, I came back like, what year?
Right.
My man was like, you're like 1800. That's why I asked all of you people, what year? Because the year is where I'm gonna get you. You said 1820. I'm like, wait a minute, that's close to damn Emancipation Proclamation. A slave during chattel slavery? Again, had he said 1600s, the early indentured servants, I would have been like, okay, I see they're not slaves, but I get what you're trying to go. But 1820, my guy, where slavery, chattel slavery is booming, and the influx of Europeans didn't come till after the 14th Amendment citizenship. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, but I'll let them go. So I try to give him a chance. I said, okay, they ran away, right, with a black guy. And I said that because that happened during the 1600s. That happened with Anthony Johnson, who white supremacists and tethers lie and say was the first slave owner, which they wrong as hell. He came as a slave himself. So how the hell he's the first slave owner? But I remember during that time, a black ran away with two whites, and the black got caught. I think that was Anthony Johnson case. The black got caught, and Anthony Johnson sued. I hope I'm not mixing this up, but he sued and got the guy who had only like a couple 7 years. He became a permanent lifetime slave. For Anthony Johnson, but that wasn't the first time. A white guy had already done that. Hold on.
Yeah, the Melungeons are those Appalachian, yeah. So the white supremacists loved claiming the Melungeon bloodline because they were some indigenous people. So like, yeah, I'm part Melungeon. But now you say you're Melungeon, that's African. Y'all look that up. Look up the Melungeons. You dig? But the truth is, there were people who look like we look, who got reclassified as black or Negro by the white supremacists, and they were put into slavery. You understand? Many of them. Many of them. Yeah, black folks, I don't know why black folks hate. We should get our DNA game up. Yeah, just like Cheddar Man in England. Oh, they didn't like that. They didn't like black ass Cheddar Man with the receipts. They didn't like that. They brought out Cheddar Man. They didn't like the Cheddar Man receipts at the original British. And I talked about, remember when I did that debate with alt-right Andy? And I brought that up. I was bringing up all types of books and receipts. He was using the I'm white not say so narrative. I'm telling him about how the Irish and all those people in Britain, the original people, were black. And I'm bringing receipts and books. He's trying to deny the books, and now they got scientific proof. Dark ass folks. You can get books from the 1800s. David McRitchie and all those dudes back in the 1800s said that. Man. Yeah, melanated people were everywhere. That's true.
All right, family, do not call in here playing with me. During the 1800s in America, it was extremely rare for individuals of purely European descent to be legally enslaved or run away as slaves, as the institution had transitioned to a race-based system, while thousands of white indentured slaves ran away in the 17th and 18th centuries. By the 1800s, runaway reports almost exclusively involved people of African descent. Get the hell off my panel, you fool. You fool, that's twice. Get up out of here, no damn white runaway slave. These crazy narratives you guys got, man, it's not going to work on my channel. It's not going to work, bro. Yo, get those narratives and hop on somebody's panel and lie over there. It ain't going to work over here, man. I'm going to call every last one of y'all out.
Man.
Don't drop that.
First King of Riley. Yeah, man, there's a lot of that stuff going on over there, man. And we're gonna touch on some of that in the new Hidden Colors. We're gonna touch on a lot of that stuff. We're gonna get deeper into the indigenous DNA of Black people in the next Hidden Colors. We're gonna go real deep in that. We're gonna go real deep in that. Yeah, David Imhotep, he really breaks that down in his books. Yeah, I know about David Imhotep.
Yeah, he's still trying. Do you wrong, man? You wrong. You wrong. He's in the chat, still trying to convince y'all. You wrong, bro. You got debunked 1,000 times, bro. No damn. It was a race-based system by the 1800s. Why would they're trying to show you that Black people are exclusively inferior to the white race? Why would they have a white person enslaved? They're trying to prove white is superior in all ways to Black Americans. Why would they reduce a white man to a slave during a race-based period? It's a dumb argument, bro. But you took the L. We got it by name. Anthony Johnson was not a slave, my guy. You lost. It's over. It's over. Nobody's gonna believe in the chat, bro. We read it with our own eyes, bro. You wrong.
Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah. So now, obviously, there's this Native American in it, yeah, and he believes that FBA are trying to be Native American to receive some sort of benefits or something like that from the way that the Native Americans receive it in America. I don't know. I just wanted to just ask you, my man, like, is there any truth to that or anything like that? Or
that's some individual shit. No, that's whatever.
Like he's saying the only reason why people.
All right. So now look what he said, family. So he's in the chat still trying to convince y'all. He said major origins included England, Ireland, Scotland, Germany, and Switzerland. He said, dude, you're wrong. You gave a name. You said Anthony Johnson. You were wrong, bro. Now you're trying to change the goalpost about that. I already told you early in the 1600s, you had a lot of white indentured service, my guy. I already said that. But you said you gave a name. You put a name on it, like Beyonce. You did. You put a ring on it. She put a ring on it. You put a name on it, and you were wrong. He was not a slave. He was a runaway apprentice, whatever it said. You're wrong, man. And now you're trying to save face. Family, don't fall for that. Ask him to defend Anthony Johnson not being a slave. Ask him to prove that Anthony Johnson was a runaway slave. That's what we want to. We want to read that one, my guy. You got the wrench. Put a link for Anthony Johnson. No, nobody's going to trust you, man. You just lied and you're trying to change the goalposts. You gave a name. The name's right here. Show that this guy was a runaway slave. Okay. Look, Andrew Johnson was not a slave, but he was a runaway apprentice. Born into poverty at age 14, he was bound to a tailor in North Carolina, but ran away to escape the indentured service, later opening his own tailor shop in Tennessee. He later became a slave owner himself before becoming the 17th U.S. president. You can't make this up. Not a slave, man. There you go. So change your language and you might be right, but he was not a slave. You were wrong when you said slave, bro. That's the bottom line. Change your language. That's all. Correct yourself.
People are claiming to be FBA because he believes deeply that he's saying that FBA are trying to be like them, and he believes that Black people, like Foundation of Black America, want to take their place in order to get some grants or some sort of financial benefit out for me, my man. Do you know what I mean?
This person who was claiming to be a Native American wasn't.
What do you think about that? Bro?
Sounds like they were being a fake Native American anyway. They sound like they weren't even a Native American. Sounds like it might be a Mexican or something. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these so-called Native Americans, they're not even real
sort
Native
of financial
Americans.
benefit
So we
out
gotta
for me,
understand
my
that.
man.
And I'm gonna answer you. I gotta take you out, but I'm gonna answer your question.
What do you think about
Because
that?
sounds like they were being a fake Native American anyway. Look, understand they weren't even a Native American. Sounds like it might be a Mexican. Whenever we start talking about so a lot of these so-called Native Americans, they're not even. Let me tell you, they're not even real Native. People start talking about the real Native Americans. I gotta take you out, but I'm gonna answer your question.
What do you think about that?
Because sounds like they were. To be honest, I'm gonna be very real. Look, understand deflection
conversation. Sounds like it might be a Mexican. Whenever we start talking about a lot of these so-called foundational Black American lineage, let me tell you, lineage is very specific. Talking about people started having Native American, and when they start, well, FBA really Native American, to be honest, that's really whenever we start talking about these so-called people start doing that. Let me tell you, I'm telling you, that's a bad faith argument.
My fault, family.
Getting into the whole Native American thing, we're not. That's not what we're saying. People can't really refute the core lineage fact. Foundational Black Americans are a specific, traceable lineage of people born on U.S. soil, with documented genealogies going back centuries here. So instead of addressing that fact, that's a reality. People start wanting to get into some Native American conversation. So do y'all really Cherokee? Is that what you have? We're not saying that. You know, some of us have Cherokee or whatever Native American admixture, just like we have African admixture, and there's a little European bullshit in there too. But we've had an ethnogenesis here. And our identity has nothing to do with accepting or rejecting genetics. Let's get that clear. Let's be very specific here. Foundational Black American identity has nothing to do with rejecting genetics or accepting genetics. It's all about historical formation. See, people start saying, well, I heard FBA say they ain't got no African genetics. That's a straw man, all right? That's not the claim. The claim is that foundational Black Americans underwent a very distinct ethnogenesis, the same way as Haitians, who are not just Africans, they are Haitians. They got African genetics and some other things in there, but they are Haitians. Jamaicans, they are not just Africans, they are Jamaicans. They had an ethnogenesis and they became a new ethnic group. Ethnic groups can carry African ancestry, yet be different people with different histories. Ethnic groups can have some indigenous ancestry, yet they can be distinct from some of those tribes that's still around or not around. All right? This isn't rocket science. All right? We're talking about historical formation, ladies and gentlemen. See, that Native American, when people start getting into the Native American argument, that's a straw man. They get into that so you can avoid acknowledging foundational Black American foundational status. Yeah? Because when they start getting into that, the goal is to muddy the waters. The goal is to kind of make us sound extreme. The goal is to really try to shift away from the historic fact that foundational Black Americans built this country. All right? This is not rocket science. Bottom line, foundational Black Americans, Black people, all right? Black people, both African Black people who descended from Africa and pre-Columbian Black indigenous populations on this land, because they hate the fact that they exist. There were Black indigenous people on this land. This has been proven over and over again. The reality is those groups created a whole new ethnic group through the process of slavery, survival, culture building right here on American soil. And that group built the United States, making us native to the United States. We are the native population of the United States. We didn't immigrate here from anywhere. You can acknowledge possible pre-Columbian Black presence without claiming to be red natives. Yeah, even though some of the family, there's some red indigenous shit in there, but you know, I don't claim no red native tribe. I don't claim no African tribe. The Tether's always telling us, you niggas are Yoruba. You're Igbo. I am not no damn Igbo. Yeah, I had an ethnogenesis. I am not Igbo. I'm foundational Black American. Yeah? Man. G Active, he said, G Active, hop on G Active. You said there was some misleading information. G Active, hop on.
G Active. Hop on G Active. All right. If there's some misleading information, the floor is yours. Come on up here and let's do some correcting then, sir. All right. Let's get it straight. But see, a lot of people from these foreign backgrounds, they try to reframe the narrative because foundational Black American specificity, that eliminates their ability to claim our accomplishments. All right. But people just can't latch on to us, so they're trying to look for little loopholes. In foundational Black American, it's based on documented lineage. It's not an ideology. Don't let nobody lie. There is no ideology. Your lineage is your lineage.
Hey, family, the Holy Ghost came upon me and gave me a revelation to remove Money Man, block him, and get him up out of here. So I did that. The FBA Glow controlled me and told me I should get rid of him. And I did that. Because I had an epiphany. I'm like, what if he's white? I'm like, yo, this dude is kicking hard as hell for white people. I'm like, what the? At one point, I put in the chat, I'm like, okay, a white indentured servant being abused by his boss, because they, indigent servants get paid, right? You know they traded their free labor for citizenship, right? Y'all do know that. You do know all of those people he claimed were slaves. You do know all of them got that 1862 Homestead Act, those 270 million acres of land. You know they got their 160 piece, right? You do know that, right? So these slaves, I didn't know slaves got 160 acres of land, my guy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that slaves got their 100, not their 40 acres. I didn't know they got their 160 acres and they assimilated to whiteness. I didn't know slaves assimilated to whiteness with 160 acres of land. And yeah, you just put me on something new. Family, these guys ain't ready. So I got him up out of here. He's trolling, and he might be a white boy or mulatto, white parent, white girlfriend. Yeah, these dudes be having agendas. I'm trying to tell you, man. They either white themselves, tethers, or they something's going on. But a lot of them, when you dig deep, they got something there. They got something there. And he was when you start to reword things to make it fit a narrative, these are indentured servants. There were no white slaves. Okay, we seen the definitions. Slavery, he's talking about in the 1800s. I just read to you, slavery was 100% racialized. Like, that's a fact that you can't even argue. White people, when they was working in steel mines, the steel fields and the coal mines, SL, they were being, rights being violated. Well, they the devil. So like, they're going to abuse all their labor force. So they got abused, not the way he was acting like it, but I'm sure they got treated harshly for, well, hey man, you gotta get this work done. But these guys came way later, and again, they were allowed to assimilate. They were not permanent, lifelong, nothing. They were assimilated, and they were allowed to take part in that Homestead Act of 1862. And also, they took part of the 1933 HOLC. They took part of the 1934 FHA, and they took part of the New Deal, 1935. And if they were older enough, they took part of the GI Bill and everything else. Every other welfare assistance that America offered white people for free, they took part in all that.
No matter what you think, that's not going to change your lineage. Whatever your ideology is, your lineage doesn't change. You understand? Don't let nobody try to reframe our lineage. The FBA is very well documented. Who was that? Somebody said, let them come up and cook. Hold on. I'm trying to get some folks in here. G Ashes, whatever your name is, hop on in here. Your lineage, your lineage. There's no ideology. There is no ideology. African woman, okay, yeah. You don't have an argument. All right, let's say that. African woman, you don't have an argument. Let's get Hakeem in here. Hakeem, hop on in.
Yeah, good evening, brother. Good evening.
How you doing, Hakeem?
Doing well in yourself, brother.
I'm good. Now, where you from, Hakeem? You're Jamaican?
No, Hakeem. Yeah, the name I thought you could tell. Yeah, I'm from Nigeria, brother.
Nigeria. Okay, it almost sounds Caribbean. All right. Now, are you out here in the States?
Yeah, of course, man. Enjoying the white tea country, brother. You know.
Oh, the white tea country? Oh, not you ain't enjoying that because they ain't letting your ass live around them. You up here with us. Stop playing. You ain't around the white.
I don't live in the hood, brother.
Oh my God. Me neither. All right.
So look, I had a couple of things to combat you with, brother. You said you guys fought as FBAs.
Okay.
Is there a name of this conflict so I could maybe look it up in a history book or something like that, brother? Individually, I'm not talking about when you teamed up with the people you're pretending to be natives now.
Okay, so now you have a filthy Nigerian. I just covered Nigerians in the Shell BP, where their federal government allowed British people to kill off so many Nigerians with oil leaks, bad pipes, destroy the Ogoni land. So when you had like the Ogoni tribe speak out and become activists and speak out against the BP Shell terrible infrastructure and the fact that the federal government in Nigeria let it happen and they were supposed to regulate them and they just wanted some money. When they came out to like fight against that and protest and boycott, have the FBA moment, the Nigerian government got rid of them immediately, deleted them immediately. So their own government was deleting their own activists. They said, hell no, we're gonna keep this money coming.
I'm talking about as individual FBAs.
Pretending to be natives. Who's pretending to be native? What are you talking about?
Yeah, some FBAs are running around with feathers and pretending like the slave trade didn't happen, which goes against your claims. But
I never said that. I never said that.
No, not you. I said some people, yeah.
I mean, there's 43 million people. I can't. Just like there's a gazillion musty niggas from your village. I don't.
They have a lot downtown right now. At the gas station, there's a bunch of FBAs begging for quarters, brother. I think they're trying to get back to 50 cents a day that you guys said you were doing in the 80s, which I doubt due to the high crack smoking that was going on in the 80s in America. You understand?
Well, y'all couldn't afford crack, and y'all had to sell the crack of your ass to get a green card.
Yeah, but brother, I'm giving it back now when I go to the gas station. When you're out there begging me for 50 cents for the bus you never catch, brother.
What are you talking about?
Look, ma'am, 1 second. But yeah, I'm giving it back. The 50 cents a day, I'm giving it back when I go to the gas station.
I need you to come with some real statistics because this is
type.
No, this is real.
You're wasting people's time.
Ma'am, relax, man. We have a man to man.
He's trying out with that tether wit, so he's.
Yeah, so one conflict, FBA only versus the white tee.
Yeah. So how long have you been over here, by the way?
It's not a biography about me, brother.
Yes, it is.
Well, it is because you're making stereotypes up about.
Can you name one conflict, FBA versus white tee, that you guys won?
Can you name
the civil rights?
That's not a conflict. I'm talking about real conflict with pew-pews. Madam.
That's real civil rights. Civil rights.
You can't name
slavery.
one. I know you can't name one, Tariq. I know you're Googling. Tariq.
I'm not Googling nothing.
Nothing's popping up, brother.
Can you name an invention from your homeland?
Yeah, like you stomping on people's grass and concrete is not fighting, brother.
Can you name an invention from your homeland?
Yeah.
Go.
All right, so we could bring up you guys, FBA's invention from my country, to be exact, Nigeria.
So nothing. So nothing.
No, you are literally I'm your talking ancestor.
Nothing.
Right
okay,
now.
there you go. Nothing.
I am your talking ancestor right now, brother.
Thank you. Okay, there you go. Okay, I got it. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, his failed attempt at trolling you.
Scams. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I got him. Yeah, because he's going to try to troll his way through failure, and he's not going to do that. I'm not letting him do that.
Austin. Yo, hold on, Austin the GOAT. Yo, Austin the GOAT, hop on in, Austin the GOAT. Excuse me, Austin the GOAT, hop on in and tell us what's what.
Yo, what up, brother? You hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Austin?
Yo, I was wondering, can you name like any black person that has like any intellectual contributions that aren't tied to the white man?
Like, what do you mean?
Like any intellectual contributions. Like, do you have like any philosophers, any FBA philosophers, scientists, doctors? Can you name anyone that's like not like that wouldn't be where they are without if the white man didn't exist?
Easy.
Okay. Yeah, well, we go against white tea supremacy, so yeah, we've been the antithesis of that. Now, where's your family from? Anybody in your culture?
What do you mean?
Anybody in your culture
No,
can
but
do anything
I don't
about the
claim
white man?
I don't claim to be foundational though. I'm just a black American.
I know you're not. I know you're not. But it just in your culture, period.
No, but I'm a
You've
black
been immigrant.
I'm black American, sir.
Okay, well, who's in your culture? You're an immigrant though. Who's in your culture? Who's independent of the white tea man?
What do you? I am of your same culture, but I don't claim foundational because that's not a term I use. We're not foundational.
No.
Slaves weren't foundational.
How come they weren't?
I mean, how could someone who was brought on a ship be foundational to a white man's nation?
How come the white man didn't build a nation on his own?
How did they not build a nation on their own?
They failed when they tried to do it on their own.
How'd they fail? What? The colonies didn't fail. The colonies didn't fail.
They did fail. Before 1619, they did fail.
So
several colonies.
Oh my God.
Stop. They tried several colonies before 1619, and they failed. They didn't get shit popping until 1619, and that's when they had the enslaved people on the plantations with them. So name something before 1619 that was successful that they did.
The starving times ended before 1619. And also, I have a question. How could former prisoners of war in Africa be so beneficial to the white man if they couldn't even speak the language? They didn't have a culture. Their culture was stripped from them. So how could someone who was a prisoner of war in Africa, who was put on the bottom of a ship?
And this dude trying to convince us that he's foundational. This dude sound lily white.
To be foundational to the white man's land. Please tell me that.
Because there were black Aboriginals here too that they enslaved.
Do you have any proof of that?
Yeah, I do. You got your AI up. You got Google. You want to prove it? I prove it right now.
Yeah, I can prove it. Yeah, because I want to see what was your language before. What was your language before
there was something. Sir, we still use indigenous language over here to this day. You know that?
Tell me what one of those languages were. What was your culture? What was your food before?
Some of the names of the states. Alabama.
Those were red Indians. Those were red Indians.
No.
Those were red Indians.
Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, what does that mean? Tell me what that means.
That means black warrior. Look it up.
Tuscaloosa means black warrior?
Black warrior, yes. So since you want to holler about red Indians, look up what I just told you and read it. Read it to me. Read it.
All right, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is Austin from Florida. Oh, this is that Austin. Yeah, he's a. Oh yeah, I just realized who this was. Yeah, Austin. He's a tether. He's not FBA.
No, I am FBA, man. I'm Black American, but I'm not FBA. I don't agree with the foundational term, and obviously many people don't.
No, slow down. Don't start trolling. Just read what I just told you. Read that.
The name comes from Muskegon Choctaw language and refers to the Native American leader Chief Tuscaloosa.
What does it mean?
Warrior. Lusa means black, and Tuska means warrior. Let me see. Let me ask a follow. Let me ask a follow.
Wow.
A few moments later.
Stop. Okay. No, you're trying to Google yourself away. Okay. So let's go deeper. Come on now. He's typing away now. He's trying to debunk it now.
It says no. The name Tuscaloosa has nothing to do with modern Black African descended people. It comes from a name of the Native American chief Tuscaloosa, who came from the Choctaw Muskegon words.
No. Okay, you just stop babbling. Nobody said nothing about African descent. Nothing. Okay, because there were black people here.
who weren't African descent.
Can I finish reading it? It says, in this context, black did not refer to race the way we use it today. It likely referred to things like dark war paint, symbolic warrior status, or descriptive title or
Oh, stop.
nickname. This did not have anything to do with
Really?
Black Americans, sir. Nothing to do with
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Americans.
yeah. They're not gonna call you a black warrior if you ain't black.
Sir, you have
Okay, let's
black
try.
people
Okay,
today
come on.
that you have a wide shotgun nose and nappy hair. Those are West African
Right,
features. They're not indigenous.
right.
Those are not indigenous American features, sir.
Yeah, you're babbling. You're babbling. Stop it. Okay, let me give you some more proof. And why don't you be honest about where your family is from?
I'm from
You're
here,
never
bro.
honest
I can
about
tell
that.
you
No,
my
you're not.
last
No,
name.
no. You're from an immigrant background. That's why you never get on camera. But okay, let's do something else. Let me give you some more proof. Because the people who told the truth were the Spanish and the Portuguese when they came to the Americas. They
Yeah,
really told
let
the
me
truth.
fact check that too.
Okay, all right. You know, the Portuguese were here before the English, the Portuguese and the Spanish.
Yeah,
Got
they
it?
were. Yeah.
Right. When the Portuguese went down into South America, which is connected to North America and Central America, they had a term for the enslaved people. Okay? I want you to Google two words. Google Negros de Guinea. Okay? Negros de Guinea. Got it? Austin, are you here? Austin, hop on. He's probably Googling right now. Austin, I'm trying to teach you. I'm about to show you proof, Austin. All right. Austin, I don't have him muted. He's not muted on my end. He muted himself. All right. Austin, did you Google it?
You hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What are you doing over there, Austin?
Yeah, nah, my bad. I got disconnected. What were you saying? You said Google Negros de
Okay.
Guinea or
Okay.
something?
Okay. Do this. Are you looking at AI or something?
Yeah. This is open
Okay.
source, so this is very credible.
Got it. Okay. Not a problem. Google Negros, Negros.
Yeah, of course. I know how to spell it, sir.
Just in case. Negros de Negros de.
Guinea, yeah, okay.
Okay, but then let's do two words. It's Negros de Guinea and the Negros de Terra, Terra.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what does it say when you put in Negros de Terra?
It says those are Spanish Portuguese terms that from the earlier colonial period used to distinguish between groups of black people. Refers to Africans brought from the Guinea and nearby parts of West Africa. Blacks of the land and blacks from this land. That's what it translates to.
Right.
So no, it's not proof. It says Negros de Guinea means Africans brought across the Atlantic. Negros Criollas, blacks born in Americas, and Negros de la Tierra or whatever, locally born or locally identified as dark-skinned people.
Yeah, they call them blacks of the land. These were the black people who were already here. They made a distinction.
No, it says blacks born in America, though. It says blacks born in it's all has to do with the transatlantic slave trade. They did not believe you were indigenous. And wait, if you believe in reparations,
now you're just making up shit. Okay, you're not going to do that,
sir. I'm looking at the proof.
No, you just made up your own damn definition.
I just read you out the definitions.
You just put your own shit on it. It didn't mean black people who are Negros de Terra meant blacks of the land, meaning the black natives, and it was specifically distinct from the blacks from Africa.
No, it says locally born or locally identified as dark-skinned people.
No, it don't say that.
I'm looking at the definition. I don't think I can turn on camera right now.
Show your screen. Your screen. It doesn't say that.
Just look it up, sir. I'm looking at the definition.
Okay, everybody, y'all type nigga.
Yeah, family. You see how that dude was behaving? That's exactly how the two callers called in. Just can't be honest. Very disingenuous. And when they wrong, just, oh yeah, my bad. I was wrong about that. And just move on. All right? So this guy right here behaved just like the two guests.
Negros de Terra, it don't say that. Okay, there you go. All right.
Wait.
You lying about what the shit it meant. All right. That term meant blacks of the land.
Right. He was on his computer trying to finagle his way out of that. And he caught the L. That's why you shouldn't be so hard on a stance unless you know for sure it's correct. Two guys called in here. One guy said there were white runaway slaves in the 1820s, debunked. The other guy was acting like all indigenous people who were enslaved with black folks were absorbed. Now, he didn't say that was his belief or his position. He said that was a fact because he said that he'd be debating Aboriginals and he'd be cooking them. And I'm like, I don't think so because yeah, arguments be weak. And just because they cop out or concede to defeat doesn't mean you actually won. Because when I review these arguments, I think they're actually weak. And that's why I say, you know what? I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to give him some strong resistance and let's see what he do. And he flopped.
And they were very explicit about what it means. He's trying to troll his way out of it. And no, he's trying to make up another definition. No, they were very specific about what Negros de Terra meant. It meant black people of the land who are not African. They had a specific term for the black people from Africa and a specific term for the people here. Yeah, you can just shut them down with facts. When they start giggling and trolling, you got them. And he is definitely not of our damn lineage, by the way. He's not of our lineage whatsoever. So yeah, that's further proof right there. So yeah, y'all look it up yourselves. Y'all look it up. Yeah, y'all look it up yourselves.
All right, what you got? SL double L 44.
Okay, bro. I got a map. Okay, how do I flip my screen?
You got so there should be like a button that says like a circle.
3 circles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a circle.
I see a camera to my left.
Yeah, so somewhere on there you go.
Okay, there it is. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, after all that we were talking about, this is what I was telling you long ago. And what I normally do, it's something I never did before, bro. But I mean, you like the facts, you like to see paperwork, you like to see things, you like to see what people got going on. So what we got right here, bro, you familiar with the 5% book, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the 5% book, and you are familiar with Clarence 13X, right?
Yeah, Father Alive.
Right. Okay, so Clarence 13X wrote a book called The Book of the 5%ers, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
All right, so this page right here, what I'm looking at, I don't know if the chat can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that page number on there?
No.
Okay.
Bring it closer.
Can you see it now?
Hold on. I gotta make it on. Hold on. I gotta make it on you because it's keep going to me. 1 second.
Okay.
They can't see it because every time I talk, it goes to me. But let me just pin it on you.
Okay.
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 Okay. Yeah. We see it now. Yeah.
Okay. Now
Dang.
I got one page up right now. Can you see that?
133 out of 647.
Okay,
It's still showing me. Hold on.
Sorry.
Wait. It's still showing me. I just pinned you.
Well, we just had. I'm a little delayed on my laptop, but I got you on my phone, and I see it keep flipping back and forth.
It's crazy. Now, let me stop talking. Okay, so I can't talk. It's gonna keep showing. I'm gonna go on mute. Go.
Okay, so I can talk though, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so right now what we're looking at is that book I just gave you, the 5% book. Now, this book, I took this out of that page. You can look at it. That right there said the 5% book, page 133 of 647, right? At the bottom, you see map of the original inhabitants of the important Indian tribes of the United States, right? Y'all see that? Let me see if I can take it down. Okay. All right. Can y'all see that chat? Put a 1 if you can see the picture of this United States of America. And can you see at the bottom it says map of the original inhabitants of the important Indian tribes of the United States? Put a 1 if you can see it. Okay. All right. So we saw the page number 133 of 647, and you see at the top of there it says the book of the 5 percenters. All right. I'm gonna put this down. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and I want to tell y'all something about a lady called this is my grandmother. I'm 59 years old. My grandmother was born in 1907. All right, I'm about to show y'all to her. About to show y'all her. Okay. Now I don't know if y'all can see that. It's probably a little late, but I'm gonna go over here. That's her name. All right. This is her face. All right. Now we're gonna go down here, and I'm gonna let y'all see when she was born. And I said, put a 1 in the chat if you can see it. It's 1907. Okay. I'm gonna move over here. All right. And I'm gonna flip this page. I'm gonna flip this over. Give me a second. I'm gonna flip this shirt over, and I'm gonna let you see what's on the back. I'm gonna let y'all see what's on the back. All right. If you can see that on the back. Okay. That's on the back of that shirt. I made that shirt in 2016. So obviously I've been dealing with my lineage for a while, but not really studying like that right there. But what I'm about to show you is some FBA confirmation, right, of what Tariq Nasheed is doing, what Ron is doing, and what they do all the time. All right, now you see this United States map again. Now see, that's again. I'm gonna show you guys a better picture. All right, now you remember that lady you just saw? You remember that lady you just saw? That's 1907. When I was a little boy, probably about 2 or 3 years old, my grandmother told me that she was a Croatan Indian. All right. My grandfather never argued with her, never said anything. My grandfather was from Virginia. Both of my grandfathers were from Virginia, by the way. All right. Now, I'm going to put this up. This is blew up a little bigger. I'm in Fayetteville, by the way. And how many of y'all heard about the 1898 Wilmington Race Massacre? How many of y'all heard about that? All right. Now, I'm going to back up. Now, I want you to see all these Indian tribes all over America. Native American tribes. And just think about what Tariq Nasheed just said about, he said about the English coming over and talking about us, and then also those settlers that got here before the English and how they discussed us and being darker in our admixture. All right. Now, okay, you see that? You see in North Carolina, right? You see Croatan down there, don't you? I'm gonna put my pin on that. See that? My grandmother told me in the 70s that she was a Croatan Indian. I didn't come across this book for years. Never have studied it, never have questioned her, never have asked her anything. But as soon as I open that 5% book, which is written by FBA, according to that book, and we're just going with that book, it says they're the Croatan Indians right there. There you go. There's Croatans right there. Now, I'm going to bring you something called a lost colony. Anybody from North Carolina may understand what the lost colony is. All right. The lost colony. We're going to go right here. I got a paper right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm trying to look on my screen. You might be a little late by me looking at it. But it says, and I'm going to read it. And then I'm going to back it down. I'm going to let you guys see. It says some scholars and historical accounts suggest that the people identified as Croatans in North Carolina during the time of Sir Walter Raleigh expedition was a complex mixture of Native American and the survivors of the lost colony of Roanoke. Later, the community referred to as Croatan Indians in Robeson County, and eventually the Lumbee tribe was also influenced by the descendants of enslaved Africans, free people of color, and white settlers through intermarriage, cultural exchange. Now, remember, Sir Walter Raleigh is coming from England. He's coming from the British Crown, and I'm going to go down. Remember what Tariq Nasheed said about listening to the English and the earlier people that came, like the Spanish and things, like Rhonda was saying. Okay, here's the second one. It says, it is important to note the complexity and debate surrounding the origins and identities of the Lumbee people. While some individuals and families within the Lumbee identity with the Croatan ancestry, and connection to the lost colony, the Lumbees are a diverse group with multiple possible origins, including various Sapane, I don't know if y'all can see that, speaking tribes like the Cherokee, according to North Carolinapedia. That right there is a site for you. Under this, it says regarding the McLaurin family in Red Springs, where my grandmother was born, North Carolina, some genealogists, local histories indicate a connection to the McLaurin family of Scotland County, North Carolina, and may be ancestral ties to the Lumbee community. However, the exact nature of the historical connection to the Croatan people and the lost colony is not definitely established in publicly available records. It's recommended to consult the genealogy records and historical sources focused on the McLaurin family and Red Springs and the Lumbee community of a clear understanding. So in other words, go to the tribe, which is not there anymore. Ultimately, the identity of the people referred to as Croatan during the period of Sir Walter Raleigh is likely more nuanced than simply being Black American. It's probably encompassed a blend of different ethnic groups, including Native American and 7 individuals of European and African descent who interact and intermarry over time in the context of colonial North Carolina. It's only one page. I'm almost done. Reports from Sir Walter Raleigh's first expedition to Roanoke Island in 1584 described the Native American they encountered as having yellowish skin and black hair. Now remember, this is the European, not those Spanish one, although all of them. And you're hearing what they're saying. Then next, specifically a written letter by a member of the expedition nation mentions that the Native Americans were of color yellowish and their hair black for the most part. Now, here we go. However, other historical records indicate that earlier European accounts, which is those people that Tariq was talking about, and we just heard that, them and what they're saying about this black land and these black folks that's over here. Earlier European accounts may have used terms like Negro or black to describe Native Americans in general, according to VCU Scholar Compass. That's another site for you to check out. The usage did not necessarily mean the individual was African descent, but rather reflected the terminology of racial categorization practice of the time. Another time to look at what Ron been teaching. Now I'm going down to the bottom. It's crucial to acknowledge that concepts of race and racial categorization were different in the 16th century compared to modern understanding. Early explorers sometimes use the term in a way that can be misleading when viewed through contemporary lenses. Early European accounts of Native Americans in North Carolina prior to Raleigh, Sir Walter Raleigh expedition may have used the term Negro or black to describe them. What are we doing? Now, does this not substantiate what Tariq just said? What my grandmother is saying? There she go. The guy said they had wide noses coming from Africa. She ain't never tell me nothing about Africa. Not one day. Not one day did we ever discuss Africa. Ever. However, I'm showing you this came out of the 5% book. You see those Native American tribes? Look at them. I'm gonna show y'all something else that's real interesting on this map. 5% book. You see those Croatan Indians right there? That's where my grandmother at. This will go back to the 1898 Wilmington massacre. All right, that massacre was in 1898. This stuff I'm telling you about right here is like the 1500s, 1524. For example, put this guy up here. For example, I can't say his name, but y'all see it, Giovanni di Bonarosso, a Florentine navigator in 1524, described the natives he encountered as, what's that, Bow Bank and at the mouth of the Cape Fear River as ruscent color. Accounts of other areas of the Americas by early settlers explorers describe indigenous people as having blackish bodies or having been darkened by the sun to the color of a nut, despite being the first white enough by nature. That's what the Europeans threw in there. That's not what they said. They said being darker color or the black people. Now, I'm not sitting up here trying to go against my family or my other indigenous family members that be saying that they are native to this land. But I'm gonna tell you something right here. Regardless, we're FBA. We had our ethnogenesis. I love the fact that Tariq just explained it that way, and these people come on here so that we can handle them, because it's real light work. But what I just showed you, and I'm gonna show you again. All right, this lady right here, that's 1907. Okay, in 1907, she had a mama, right? So that means her mother probably was born in the 1800s, correct? What about her mother? Her mother is telling her she's a Croatan Indian. That's what her mother's telling her. And you know what my grandmother told me? She was black. Now, I'm not trying to. Oh, and by the way, look at this map. Look at that map. Look at what some of these tribes are called. Delaware. Ain't that right there near Philly? Pennsylvania up there. Look at the name of these Indian tribes. Look at this one down here, South Carolina, Catawba. That's the major Indian tribe. There's no other one. Now there's other ones that's under them, but that's the dominant based on what's coming out of Clans 13X book. Oh, how about the Cherokees? Y'all want to see them? Tariq just mentioned them a minute ago. See them? Look where they at. The Cherokees are right there at the border, and they running all that right there. Look down at the bottom. You see the creeks? Look at the bottom. You see the creeks? See the creeks down there? Now, those are the creeks. If you go over, the creeks running that and another state over there. Now, we're going to go up here again. If you look at North Carolina, those are the Tuolo. I can't really see it. I'm going to have to get y'all some back. And then the Tuscaloosa, they're running that part of North Carolina. This part right here they have. We're running the coast. We're dominating the coastline. That's where Sir Walter Raleigh came. It's something called the Cape Fear River. That's right outside my house. That's in my county. That's in Cumberland County and Robeson County. That right there is where Fayetteville is. I don't know if y'all probably know what Fayetteville is. My grandmother was born in Red Springs, but this is what we ran. We dominating this. We got the coastline locked down. There's Wilmington right there. The Cape Fear River runs right through there. I see this river every day. This is who we are. This is who we are. This is what we do. And we are FBA. And like I was telling you, I'm going to take this down again. I'm going to let you see this map. Y'all probably, hold on. Sorry, I knew it went dark. I'm trying to get this a little closer. I'm trying to get my thing back up. Look at that. Look at that map. Look at where you're from. Look at that map. You see those Seminoles down there? Look. See that? Ain't that the Seminoles right there? There's some more Indians right there. Look over here. When they be talking about the Choctaw and the Shumanah, look here. Look how the creeks are running this. That's the upper creeks right there. They're dominating. They're dominating right there. The Comanches all the way over there, but they have them in North Carolina. They wasn't even here at the beginning. Shawnee, look at Michigan. Matter of fact, Delaware is actually a Native American tribe. Look at that. Look at New York. When the girl was coming on here talking about up north. Look at that six nations right there in New York. Look. There's the Shawnee all the way over there. Look, Comanche. What about Cali? Them too. Now, you don't have to take our word for it all the time. But I never really pushed this stuff because I'm fine with FBA. But I know what my grandmother told me. This is in the freaking 70s, 60s. If she's telling me she's a Croatan Indian and she's born in 1907, her mother is born in the 1800s, what are we doing? See, some people don't like that map. I get it. I get it because a lot of people think that they're excluded. These are just the dominant ones. There is other Native Americans and other ones. It didn't say all of them. It said the dominant ones. It said the dominant ones. It said the map of the original inhabitants of the important Indian tribes. Don't say that yours is not there. I'm sure they were. But these are not red Indians. So, like I said, I'm not pushing an agenda here. I'm not pushing an agenda. I'm just saying what she told me. I'm FBA. But this is what she told me. So when I went and did I wasn't looking. I had this book. I wasn't looking for that, so I never opened it one day. Now, you can go find a lot of maps about the United States, and they got a lot of different Indian tribes that moved around. You got to understand that when we was having a whole lot of conflicts with white tea, a lot of our Native Americans scattered. You heard of the Trail of Tears? There was more than one Trail of Tears.
Let me add this. Okay, so like, let's say, so who did I have this conversation with? Had it with somebody who called in. Okay, let me explain this. Let's say if people can trace let's say some FBAs can trace exactly where their African ancestry originated in. Like, let's say they can actually trace, hey, I can trace a relative all the way back to Ghana in the 1580s. Like he was kidnapped by Queen Nzinga and sold. Right. Just because you can trace somebody way back to the origin, you went through a lot of changes. So same thing with who you're showing, your relatives.
No doubt.
They went through a lot of changes. Right. They all, so even though you can trace something back 400 years ago, you're still, these people only are part of an ethnogenesis. So people got to really, that's why I asked the guy earlier, like, do you really understand what an ethnogenesis is?
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't matter how you can trace something back. It's no longer that.
Yeah, they defunct, like Tariq was saying. So a lot of those tribes are defunct, like he was saying.
No, but listen what I'm saying. So yeah, I think you're missing it. It don't matter if they were not. The fact that they experienced U.S. chattel slavery and had a new shared experience with a whole new other people for 400 years, they're no longer what they was originally.
Right.
They became a new ethnic group. They're no longer that. So that means that's why they can't really associate with anything that they used to do at one point. Like you were totally cut off from that for 400 years. You became a new people.
Yeah.
Right. So even though somebody can trace an ancestor, so these Pan-Africans, you from Africa. Let's say if somebody can actually trace somebody from Africa, still not African, still FBA because of you've been cut off from that place and those people. You have not practiced nothing that they practiced, never spoke a language, didn't practice none of their shitty religions. And instead, you've been going through what you've been going through over here. This is your ethnogenesis. You are, whatever name you want to give yourself, FBA, Adolf Freeman, whatever name. The name doesn't matter. That what matters is the ethnogenesis. Like you're no longer that. So that's the thing people get caught up and confused on. Like, look at my records. I can show this. That doesn't matter because you were 400 years away from that. You were 400 years going through this system of chattel slavery, and you were eating this. You were believing that. You had marriages with this person under this, format. You did most likely you went through a Christian marriage. You ain't go through no damn indigenous marriage. So all those new experiences shaped you to be something apart from what you were originally. That's literally what ethnogenesis is. And then most likely some mix and dangle with other people, whites and things like that, which makes you a unique ethnic group.
I agree.
Yeah. So I just want to add that in because I see that there'd be a lot of confusion. So I even got to talk to some of the adults like, hey, you don't have a choice. You can't say you're something. Your life tells you what you are, and you went through an ethnogenesis only if you went through chattel slavery. That's why I ask people, if you ain't go through chattel slavery, then you're right. You are what you said you are, and you're not one of us. But as long as your records go through the chattel slavery, you're FBA. If not, then yes, you are what you said you were, and that means you're not one of us. And that means whatever belongs to us doesn't belong to that person. Like that person, is their own people, and they got to work out what they got to work out.
Right. And on her birth certificate, she's colored. And so
that right there. See, that's all part of the ethnogenesis. So that means that person had a shared experience away from what they originally were for 400 years.
And to piggyback on that, and my grandfather, he was not saying he was that. You see what I'm saying? My grandfather was just saying he was black. So my grandmother was saying that because that's
you
see what I'm saying?
No, listen. I'm saying they could say whatever they want to say. That's you kind of miss what I'm saying. Because you think they knew what an ethnogenesis was?
Nah.
Right. Like we know way more than anybody back in the day, bro. We're way 1,000 times smarter than anybody back in the day. We got ChatGPT at our fingers, man. They wish they could just type something up and everything's right there. We're way smarter than all of them, bro. Yeah, they had no idea what an ethnogenesis. They had no idea that they became a new people. Like they're holding on to things and that's great. But they don't know or don't understand that they became an entirely new people.
Absolutely.
And that's why you've seen some FBAs, the free blacks back in the 1800s, was trying to hold on to Africa. Like, yo, you know you're not African, right? Like, they didn't get it because of their lack of information.
Right.
So, yeah, so it goes both ways. Like, people still thought they were indigenous, and like, nah, you're a new people. Now, you are indigenous, you know, your ancestry is still indigenous. Like, some people ancestry is still African. But people are now native indigenous to the United States.
Yeah, because I had to go and get my mother's birth certificate around, I don't know how many years that was ago, and we ended up getting it out of a book in the county courthouse, and in that right there where I showed you all that stuff. So I had to go there and get that. Her stuff was in a book written down, and her mother had to. Someone went to the house and had to verify it. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but they would verify. They would send somebody to the house because a lot of them was having their kids at home. You wasn't going to a hospital, right? So when they had them, the county or the people or whoever would come there to be able to get the census to be able to count them. And her name was in a book, and all her children were in that book. And so my cousin actually has that book, and it just goes to show, you know, that yeah, we did come through shadow slavery, because I believe that my grandfather was actually probably on a plantation, because he never really talked much about it. So that mixture and all of that, yeah, that is the ethnogenesis. My family is that. Almost all of us are that. We that. We're not Africans. You know, we from America because that's what we built. That's what we were here. And when Tariq said that, try to get those two terms to that guy to make him understand that, yeah, all of those people are us. We accept that. We accept them. A lot. I know a lot of our some of them that say that they native, they don't really want to be that, but really that's what we are. We need to accept that right there, because you don't have to get rid of your lineage all the way back like that. You don't need to do that. That's not even necessary. All of us, this new people that we are, that created all this music, that did all this stuff, are just an extension from them. But we are foundational Black Americans. We are letting the world know this. And I just wanted to show that, you know, because I've had it the whole time. And but I know that I've learned so much on this channel, and I've learned so much by watching a lot of our brothers and sisters have these spaces where they're teaching us. And I know that we clash sometime about this, but you know, you're gonna do that because you're at home. These are what you want to call it, in-house arguments we have with each other. That's why FBA is here, and I know a lot of people is resisting it to a certain degree, but you're just arguing with your family. So when we have these online like this right here, we have to show this. We know people gonna come after us for this. You know, White T, the guy come on here, Spanish, all of them want to come on here, but they got to understand that we're having a family discussion. We're getting to the bottom of this. And the bottom of this is that, you know, this is our country. We're not from freaking Africa. We're not generic Africans and all that. And any woman that came over here from Africa, they are us. Those that came here on the ships, what you're talking about, they are us. They're not from Africa. And that's what we're trying to get through to people. We know we got a lot of research. We know a lot of our families told that, but some of us did have slaves. Some was on plantations, some wasn't. But we went through shadow slavery, Jim Crow. This stuff was absolutely horrendous. We got a lot of paper erasure about us. These people don't have paper erasure. These people are coming over here arguing with us with these facts. They don't even have birth certificates. They don't even know where they came from. They don't know exactly who their families are. They come over here to get with the Caucasian so he can get them some paperwork to argue with us. After I just gave you this, all of us got this stuff. You don't even really need it. They keep on trying to deal with us with a color. We're trying to give them an understanding of who we are. This is from coast to coast. We sending our scholars out like Ron. We sending everybody out to let these people know. And all they're doing is getting upset. The only reason you're upset because you don't have a claim to America. And you don't want to go home. But see, we don't care that you don't want to go home or that you think this is America. Because if it was, you care like us. You wouldn't be disrespecting our families. You wouldn't be coming on things, trying to ask us like these stupid questions. You're not from America. You're not from here. So they should just like sit down and listen. We've taught them. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I want to go on.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is some stuff I got my hands on. It's a good information. Okay, hold on. Damn. All right, wait till I show y'all this. Y'all gonna like this one. And this is what I mean. That's why a lot of times SL, I'll be like, yo, give me a date. Because it sounds good. They be like, yo, man, this happened in history, and this happened, and that happened, and all this stuff happened. I'm like, all right, what is it? I mean, it sounds too good to be true. Like, all right, okay, what year was this? And once they say anything from like late 1400s to anything to now, they're done. I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. Because I study a lot of it from like 1500s to now. Yeah, I don't know all of what's going on. But as more get close, like 16, 17, that's when you really more in trouble. So I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all. So when I told you guys it's Africa's fault, the reason why there's a big boogeyman, it's a white man that can colonize Africa. That's African fault. The reason why we are enslaved is Africans' fault. I'm gonna show you the state of Europe before. Right when the slave trade was about to happen. I'm going to show you how behind the Europeans were and how the Muslims and the Chinese were like dominating everything. Okay. And it took a slave trade. It took a brain drain of 12 to 15 million of us to do free labor for 300 years, 24/7 around the clock, under huge duress and violence, to finally surpass everybody and become the strongest people on earth. Wait till you see this. All right, let me just put this here. I think when y'all see it, I think it's gonna hit harder when you actually see it. I'm just trying to do a thumbnail real fast. I was talking to a cosplaying woman, a tether, an Nzinga tether, Queen Nzinga tether, who was cosplaying like she was FBA. And then as a conversation, I always do, as it lingers for more time, they end up crashing out, tiptoeing, and then take off their costume, and then we see them for what they are. Yeah. But she was fighting, so I'm just creating a thumbnail for that. I'm gonna play that later. I'm getting that Queen Nzinga thumbnail for that. It's hilarious. All right, yeah, but the image I'm gonna show you guys is dope. Okay, I got my Queen Nzinga thing. Okay. Hold on. Save as copy. Nzinga. I was very nice to her, but she started to wear out my patience though. I ain't gonna lie. I started to like, she was draining me. I'm like, okay, listen, all right now. Cause she started her lies, I'm asking questions. And what happens, family, when I ask those questions, the lies, if you watch like interrogations, you'll see when they finally the detectives get them, because their lies don't hold up. The more you ask questions, the more their lies fall apart. That's why they hate questions, tethers. Mm-hmm. When tell people like, hey, where you from? Where your family from? Oh my God, they hate that. Because they know eventually that their lives are going to bump into each other and hit each other like atoms in a hadron collider. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right. I got my Nzinga. Am I ready? Video general. Whole pack. Got it. Okay. All right, let me share my screen. Y'all gonna find this fascinating. Those who stayed on this long, you're gonna find this fascinating. This is why you did that. This is research right here. Okay. So look at the date. This is why it's important for you to ask dates. Oh, the white man. What year? You better not say 1500. Ain't no white man doing nothing. This is China right here. Okay. This is Muslims, as you can see. This is the Ottoman Empire. Now look at the white man. White man. White man. White man. White man. They are beneath these guys right here. Look, $3.6 million. They are booming. These guys can keep, look, more than a third of these guys. They can't keep up. 2.6. They are ruling the world. Ain't nobody coming against them. Now watch this. Okay, you see the money add, you see the date changing and the money increasing. Look, everybody money going to increase and decrease. Watch this. Look at the dates. So now you see the Mogul Empire is catching up to the Great Ming Empire. So now look what he at 3.7. Look how fast they climbing. And I think this is during the slavery that the Muslims were doing. Look how they get 1590. Look how they catch them now. At this point, family, Europeans had made it to the shores of Africa. They set up small colonies. A colony just means that they are settling there. They're not dominating Africa. They're not colonizers. They're nothing. They're just sitting in Africa, establishing slave posts to extract us from over there, the diaspora. 1590. Okay, now look. There's people just jumped up out of nowhere. All right. Watch this. Look at England come out of nowhere. 1600. So slave trade is in full effect. So right now they're extracting. Now look, 1610. We're already in America. Remember, Anthony Johnson came here. What 1607, something like that. And 1526 already happened, right? 1610. Okay, now 1620 family, we are now at work. We're now working America. We're gathering tobacco, rice. We are building railroads. We are coal mines, steel mines. We are cotton. You dig? We're laying the foundation. Like we're just now laying. We're laying the foundation right now. We're clearing the land. Watch this. Look who popped up here. The Dutch. Look, the economic titans of the East in the 1600s. The world's economic giants weren't in Europe. They were in Asia. You heard that? I told you. See, so people got to stop lying. This big bad white man. They were not in Europe. They were in Asia. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, but they're catching up because these guys got free labor. They don't. Look, now they just flopped. They just switched, right? Uh-oh. Look who's in third now. Look, jumped over the Ottoman Empire. Here they come. Because you know why? Free labor. And look who's in third now, family. France. But look where they at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your eye on England, because we know England end up being the strongest out of all of them. So they're in sixth place. Watch this. 1643. Now, the Great Ming is the Great Queen is the king. Is still Chinese. Yeah, they just switch names. Same people. All right. There they go. Building. All right. So they're back on top. They're on the bottom, but here they come. It's free labor. Look, slavery is in full effect. Yeah, here they come. Look at France creeping up on them, halfway away. Look at the Ottoman Empire now. Look at them now. 1, 2, 3 white nations above, European nations above them. Look, so in 1706, family, don't let these folks lie to you. The Africans were being dominated by white people, Europeans. No, sir. They began to rise in 1700, 100 years after they extracted 12 to 15 million of us from diaspora over there. Their wealth grows through trade in sugar, look, tobacco, cotton. That's all of us and enslaved. That's all of us doing this. We're the reason. Look, we're more than a foundation, family. We're the reason why this country is a global superpower and nobody can beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really our strength. Now, you don't think these two right now looking like, oh shit, they're looking like, oh no, you dig? This how they feeling when they see white folks creeping up on them. Because at one point, like, you know, they were the top nation. They had all the wealth. They were dominating. And nobody could beat us. Now they see these white nations creeping up, and this is how they feel.
Oh my God!
Here they come. All right, let me fast forward a little more. Okay, here we go. So it says the Kingdom of France develops infrastructure and manufacturing to grow industries and exports. Free labor. Uh-oh, look who's in second place now. Look who's in fourth place. The British East India Company becomes a trade empire in textiles, tea, and spices, paving the way for British rule in India. Now they're kicking ass. All, keep in mind, all because of free labor. All this would never be happening. All this textiles, tea, spice, this would not be happening if they were not given 12 to 15 million people. You did. This dominance they have would have never happened. They were on the bottom. Now they look at that. Look at this.
That's amazing.
It says Great Britain emerges as the first industrial superpower. The Industrial Revolution accelerates, driven by steam power and mechanized factories. 1785. Boom, number 2. That fast. Now you think they look? They never grew. These people never grew. They actually fell off. The highest they got was 3.6. Look at them now. They never grew. They were stagnant. Here they come. Okay, now watch this. Great Britain emerges as the first industrial superpower. Great Britain leads the world in textile production, iron output, and global trade. So these guys don't know they're dead, man. Yeah, the age is in the way right now. Look. They never grew. They were stagnant. These people grew significantly. Yeah, these people are down. They were at 500,000, man. While these guys are at 3 point something million. They were at 500,000. Look where they're now. Okay, here we go. So look, colonial expansion and naval dominance fuel its economic growth. It's all about Great Britain. Now look at this now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look where they at now. They are dominating. And look, the Spanish creeping up. Look at you, the United States. But look, only one. Napoleonic Wars reshaped the global economic order. See, now white folks is kicking ass now. The Napoleonic Wars, 1803, 1815, disrupted trade across Europe and its colonies, causing major shifts in GDP and power. France poured massive resources into warfare, straining its economy. So now you see that it's it's white people against the world. And this fool want to convince you. Now look what the year was. He want to tell you that there was white slaves to white people in 18. You fool. They're showing the world that whiteness is power, greatness. Why would they put themselves in a slave rule? You dig? To shame themselves as a slave. Okay. So look. Thank you. Right here. So it says Napoleonic Wars reached. I've heard that Great Britain, despite the cost of war, emerged stronger. Look. So they went to war with these clowns. Emerged stronger. Exits industrial base and global trade network. Now they would have never waged war with these people. Family. Look at now they have 4.8 SL. They were never in a position to wage war with these people, right? At all. Now they got their money up. They got free labor. They're like, all right, what's up? I want that 1v1. You was talking shit, right? What's up? Yeah, they feeling themselves, yo. Hold on.
Absolutely.
They are feeling themselves. Napoleon. Okay, let's go. (1817). Now, the wars weakened Spain, Portugal, and the Netherlands, accelerating their economic decline. So wars got folks falling apart and got other people boosting. Now, these guys are number one. These guys are still, stagnant. These guys never really fell, never went up. They're stagnant. But look at the Ottoman Empire. Where they at? United States over them. Like, these guys are done. Okay, so here we go. So Latin America independence movements inspired, partly by Napoleon's actions in Spain, began breaking colonial economic structures. So Napoleon faced multiple coalitions of European powers during the Napoleonic Wars, including Britain, Austria, Prussia, and Russia. All right. So as one of Napoleon's most persistent adversaries, Britain declared war on France multiple times and played a crucial role in forming coalitions against him. The British Navy was instrumental in blockading French ports and supporting Allied forces on the continent. So they kicking their ass. Okay, so 1832, the wars created opportunities for the U.S. to expand trade and influence. Now look at the United States. Now look at them. Now look at United Kingdom. Look at the United States. Now they moving up. These guys. These guys were 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3. Look at that now. White. What's this? I think that's white too. White. Now European, all because of slavery. These Africans talking shit. Well, we've been colonized. We suffer like you. Get the fuck out of here. That's a reason. All right, so now the U.S. emerged as a global economic power, slavery. The American economy shifts from rural and agrarian to increasingly urban and industrial. Okay, now watch this. Westward expansion opens vast natural resources, timber, coal, and farmland. Now, France came out of nowhere. Look at the money. And these guys finally leveled up, but ain't going nowhere. Stagnant. They never fell off, but they never really, now they're keeping up. A massive railroad boom connects regions and fuels commerce on a national scale. That's us. They try to act like we're not foundation, we ain't do nothing. All right, well, we the reason why USA number 3 when it was not even on the list. This is superpowers of the world. We got our country number 3 based off our labor. The U.S. emerges as a global economic power. The Civil War accelerates industrial growth, especially in steel, arms, and finance. That's us. So northern cities expand rapidly with immigrant labor and merchandise production. This is when the first wave of Anglos came over. Steel mills and coal mines. Major innovations in oil, electricity, and machinery laid the foundation for future dominance. 1866, family. Slavery is abolished. I think this gives the right to vote. Okay, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I'm gonna fast forward. By the late 1800s, the U.S. is on the verge of surpassing older European powers in output and productivity. Yo, we're number 2 now, family. We're number 2. We were a colony of these guys right here. Now, who's number 1? We're number 2 based off our labor. And these guys want to talk shit. Now, I'm gonna fast forward. Now, keep in mind the order. Look what China's at. China's number 4 now. They were number 1. Ottoman Empire, are they on the list anymore? Oh, here you go. But what about the other Muslim country? The other Muslim country is off the list totally. 1870, family. Watch this. So now a bunch of immigrants are Anglo immigrants are coming to America. Now I'm gonna skip to 1930. Where's UK? We're number 1. 79 million, bro. Or whatever this is. Yeah, a million, right? Look where we at. So this look, USA, Russia, these guys now China, there, France, look at Britain, all European countries, here go Japan and the Netherlands, Canada, all European. This could never have happened had they not given Europeans 12 million arms and legs to do free labor for 300 years. How you gonna keep up? If me and SWE 44 had sold iPhones, okay, we both fix iPhones and sell them, and we got a booth at the mall. Juice, go drink your juice. I got 300 people to help me advertise, help me to get customers, solicit business in the mall, and he got nobody but himself. Come on, SL. Who you think will outperform who? So, right. So these guys got 300 years of free labor that's like threatened by violence. It ain't like they're like getting paid and taking off on vacation. Nah, you get sick days, leave days. No. These guys retiring. These guys are threatened with violence and death. 300 straight years. And you want to tell me, you want to have me feel sorry for you guys being colonized when it's your fault that the white man is this powerful? 1930, look at 1982. They go Japan. I don't see nobody from Africa. I don't see Africa. Look these guys. These guys are leading the way big time. Neoliberalism. That's us. So let me go around our civil rights movement right over here. Boom. Look at this. Rapid industrialization and innovation drive explosive growth. And you know why they did this right here? No, this is after. This is they built back up. Hiroshima already happened. But yeah, so I just want to show y'all that and look right here. Boom. 2023. Still number 1. They've been number 1 for how long? Okay. Let me see when they got to number 1. Okay, so they talking shit to us, family. You could say 1900s. Since the 1900s, we made our country number 1. They've been number 1 for over 100 years. Okay, we made our country number 1 for over 100 years. And these guys got the nerve to talk shit. I don't see nobody. I don't see Africa. I don't see the islands over here. Over 100-year lead. And they talking shit to us. Well, what y'all do outside of whiteness? What you do? Like trying to raise the goalpost. What you do outside of whiteness? But they don't know. What do you do outside of whiteness? Hey, you guys were failures. You fled from your homeland. You gave up.
while the real supercars and off-roads end up getting stuck somewhere halfway along the course in time. So honestly, this box can't even.
Let me see what the chat think about that. All these haters out there talking trash.
I wonder if the ancient made of wood is the gas and made of wood.
Let's come together.
We need to get up to maximum speed and try to reach.
Say that again.
You know what they say? Let's come together.
Right. Then we gotta come together for it. That's what I was telling the other guy last night, Mr. Know-It-All. I'm like, dude, if you want to do that, go ahead, but we don't really have to. Like, yo, like there's no sense of urgency. And then when he finally explained what could happen, it was us building business over there for them to work. Like, yo, why can't we're unemployed too? Why don't we build something? Like, why would we skip past ourselves to go? That's why Mr. Know-It-All was like giving me, I don't know, man, he must got an African wife. Something going on with that dude, yeah. His mother African, something wasn't all the way right because he was caping so he kept calling us Africans. Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know why you guys think that's gonna work over here. Yeah, I don't know why y'all think that's gonna work over here, man. That's not gonna work over here, family. Trying to call us African and say the white runaway slaves. That's not gonna work over here. It's a high standard, man. The burden of proof is on you. And I ain't gonna let you babble. We got a screen right here. Do you see how SL shared the screen? You gotta share your screen, man. Let us see what you got. Sometimes you guys be right, sometimes you ain't always wrong. Sometimes you guys be right, but we want to read it and see it. I don't want to believe y'all because you guys be lying too much and too often. Emmanuel Brito says, I love a visual, right? Great display. Thank you. We don't need nobody but ourselves. Exactly. You see what we did by ourselves. We made our country number one. And they're trying to convince us we need to be part of some one unity thing. And yo, by the way, the dude didn't keep that live. He didn't keep it, man, on TikTok. Oh, I wish I would. I know now if I join somebody's space, I gotta record it. Like, I could have sworn they'd be keeping it live. Yeah, this tether had I couldn't find it for nothing. And then I went to his page, it just ain't there. Like, the dude just he don't save his lives. And the dude, yo, like, family, these tethers be desperate for like people. Share the video, like the video, a tether. And you got FBAs in there really. Yeah, I can't see how I do that. I can't see how a real FBA can subject themselves to the rule of a tether. Y'all are weak out there, yo. You guys are desperate for companion. Really, man. You guys are really desperate for companion. You are subjecting yourselves to a tether's rule. This dude, yo, I'm over there. He muting people, talking.
Man, exactly.
He's talking big shit. Yeah, man, muting people. Let me talk. And like long runs, like disrespecting FBAs. Oh, I told that tether he wasn't black. Oh, he was African from Cameroon. Yeah, I'm noticing, family, some of the worst top 3 African countries who got smoked for us, that hate us. Cameroon gotta be top 3. I'm seeing a lot of hatred come out of Cameroon. I'm seeing a lot of disdain and vitriol coming from Cameroon. That country got to be top 3 in Africa.
Right. I agree.
Got to be top 3, man. All right, so I found a video, right? I got a video of some cornballs, some goons, right? This is a funny thumbnail. I got a thumbnail of some goons who are disrespectful. Like they like, why is Nipsey foundational and why isn't this person? Like, these guys just like pretending like they don't know the requirements to be FBA. Like they think we pick and choose who's FBA. Like, no, there's a standard, there's a requirement, and that's it. Like, we don't, okay, Prince is FBA, but not Mariah Carey. Ain't how we do that. And they got mad when Drake,
Right.
yeah, hey family, y'all gotta hear these dudes' arguments. Like they gaslight us with Nipsey Hussle. Like, they pretend that he's not FBA and we're making like they talking like we're pretending he's FBA, but he's really not. Like, he's like completely Eritrean, whatever. As though he don't got a family. Let me see. Nipsey parents. Let me see. Let me type this in there. Let me see for myself. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle parents. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so his Angelique Smith, his mother is foundational and his father's Eritrean. So I mean, what you guys talking about there?
Right.
Like, he has a foundational parent. So they were trying to pretend that we pick and choose who's FBA by who we like and don't like. Like, they were gaslighting. So anyway, family, that one is next. And so I'm gonna end this live right here, and I'm gonna go live with that one, and we're gonna take that one throughout the night.
Great show,
All right, brother. Yeah. So thank you for showing and proving what you had. Show these clowns how to share their screen and state their claim and prove it. You cannot come on here pretending there's runaway white slaves. You can't come on here pretending that you have undefeated argument against abos or people who say they're native to the land, and I get you on here and you flop in like 30 seconds. Like, God damn, dude, you ain't SL. I did not even get to my real questions. Like, I wanted to try, like, I wanted to practice on him to get on revenue. So I was gonna try that on him. He couldn't even get there. So the link is always there, family. Call in to have your shit straight. As you can see, I'm not pulling punches because I have a high standard of research and everybody's held to that standard. I don't mind if you make a mistake. I make mistakes, but I own up to them. You think I'm not gonna make up excuses and act like I'm still right when I'm clearly wrong. You ain't gonna see me do what Unc did with Queen Nzinga. I'm wrong. Yeah, you got it. I'm wrong right there. And my motto is this: I'm never wrong twice about the same thing. Meaning that if I said something it was wrong, I won't say that again and be wrong. I'm gonna adjust my information and update it and tack on, what was right and do it that way. All right. So I'll be back live with this other one, man, with the goons. I call them the goons. Look, let me show you a thumbnail. Y'all gonna laugh. The goons, hold on. Where are they? Okay, here they are. Hold on. Let me show you the goons. Come on, goons. Right here. These are the goons that want to smoke with Tariq. The tether goons. Tether tough guys. It is. This guy right here. This is the one. This is the big hater. Grown man hating on Tariq. And they're pretending Tariq is our leader, doing all the weak talking points. Like, dude, that's garbage, man. That's garbage. You can have, let's have a real debate, my guy. All right, family. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. SL, thank you for pulling up. It's Nigeria #1. FBA chosen by God said, man, I feel so empowered. Thanks, Ron. Man, you're the greatest. Thank you very much for that compliment. Those nice words. Thank you very much. All right, SL, thank you for pulling up, bro. Great display. We're out of here, man. Have a great night. I'm gonna be back live. Hopefully, I don't go to sleep. But I do plan on doing the goon thing later.
Keep pushing, bro. We got you.
Yes, sir.